now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy! Send it! Incoming! Put the money in the bag, man!
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there?
This is awesome!
Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin Bro's Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Hollaway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel? Not good. Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah! Welcome to Drinkin Bros Fake News, everybody. Brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com. 50% off their 4th of July sale. And our listeners get an extra $45 off with the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. Quick reminder here, we'll be going live on YouTube Sunday nights and Twitter and all the fun things with the Great American Steak Off. It'll be the first time that we've ever had a steak off here, which is rare. You and I eat steak 5 nights a week, probably.
Yeah.
At a minimum.
Yeah. I'm also getting the trademark to that phrase, which didn't exist somehow.
Really?
I don't know how no one's ever done that.
I came up with one for Black Rifle back in the day.
With what?
Red, white, and brew. And it was in 2014. And he was like, Evan was like, has nobody done this? I was like, no, nobody's ever done that for some reason. And I was proud of myself for that. But if you don't trademark it, you get nothing. We learned that the hard way with 3-Pete. That was Byron Scott.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up with it. And who was it? Pat Riley that took it from him?
Yeah.
And was just like, are you going to use that? And he goes, no, man, I don't give a fuck. And then here we are. Pat Riley's just getting richer and richer out there. They didn't do anything with the Heat last night in the NBA draft. Weird one. I knew the first 2 players, and then after that, it went dark. 2 honkies last night got drafted in the top 5, dude. Whites are back. Whites are fucking back, dude. So congratulations.
I think Cooper Flagg was the first American white man to be the #1 draft pick since the 60s.
Are you kidding me? Do we not have a statue for that man? I mean, that's Bob.
Is that even right? Because Chet was literally just drafted.
Not 1, though.
Was Chet not 1?
No.
It was 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Wrong honky, brother. Wrong honky. Good for Cooper Flagg. I love when people's parents are fucking gangsters because that's where it comes from as a child and being good, and your parents were good, and they usually have good advice for you. His mom had the best quote I've ever heard. Not ever, but in a long time. Regarding Cooper Flagg and his greatness, she goes, if you're the best kid in this gym, you need to go to another fucking gym. And that's the honest truth, man. So
that's true of
shuttle around everywhere.
That's true of I guess it's difficult because parents are often deluded about their kid's skill level.
They are, yes.
But if you do notice that your kid is dominating somewhere, you're not doing them any favors by leaving them there.
Nope.
That big fish, small pond stuff produces dudes who peak in high school.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yep.
Like, it's better for them to get a dose of reality or find out that maybe they are the fucking best.
Yeah.
Right? Because somebody's going to be it, to be honest. Like, I doubt when Luka was growing up in Slovenia, there was a whole lot of competition around, unfortunately. But he joined the pro leagues, European pro leagues, what, at like 15, Bob, I think?
Yeah, a lot of those kids, the really, really good ones.
Wemby.
Like Luka, Wemby, Jokic.
Giannis, Jokic, yeah.
And even like Ricky Rubio.
Yeah,
Even
Rubio
guys
was one, yeah.
Who were like second tier,
Yeah.
third tier NBA players.
I mean, I'm sure that, what's his nuts from the Spurs, too. What's his name?
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker. God, I can't remember his stupid name. I'm sure he did as well. It's like that big fish, small pond stuff doesn't work. You got to go challenge yourself. Now,
Yes.
European leagues have the ability to go do that. And I guess now, since, the early 2000s, the AAU programs for basketball are crazy.
Oh, yeah, they're
But,
nuts.
but then for other sports, depending on where you live in the country, good luck, right? Here in Texas, you can do anything.
You can do anything you
Baseball,
want.
football, soccer, hockey, lacrosse, basketball, all of it. They have the AAU variety for everything. But if you're like in a northern state, it's probably not there for some of them.
And I just took my kid who's in 5th, about to go into 6th, to a camp, and there was a competition at the end, and he goes, Dad, who am I going up against, and can I win? And I go, well, you're going to be going up against 11th graders. So I go, no, you probably won't win. And he's like, well, why do this? And I was like, we'll see how great you are. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, this is it. This is, if you want to try to be the best at something, unfortunately it is. And I've got pictures, and I sent them to Jessie, my wife, and she was just like, oh my God, he's like 3 feet tall versus the rest of these kids. And he ended up beating 10th graders. So
What, at kicking?
yeah, he didn't beat the 11th grader, but he beat some 10th graders. And I was like, okay. But he still lost. And the beauty of it is he lost, and he was pissed off about it. And I was like, good. That's the way it should be. So congrats to that whole Flag family last night. It was awesome. And the mom was a gangster. She also said, because she played college basketball, she never let him win, ever.
Good.
And she goes, on air last night, she goes, oh, he's never beaten me once. And he goes, Mom, I was up 9-8, and then you blew out your knee on that play, and we never played again after that. And she goes, well, did you win? I mean, live on air. It was awesome. It was fun to see. Congratulations. And I like that kid. I hope he does great things in the NBA. Now, someone in the past on here, on this show, we don't really like that much. And I believe we were one of the first shows to really talk about that steroid cocktail that he was on, was the Liver King. Liver King is our top story today because he's having a meltdown, and it's in Austin. So this is happening right down the road. And man, I saw the mugshot, and it's rough. Bob, do you want to pull that up? This does not look like the guy who was on the cocktail that we posted on the show. This looks like meth or something else. Don't know. Don't want to speculate.
I mean,
but
part of it is just how he always looks, but some of the videos, we'll watch the videos because they're in the story. Open that link that's in the story. We'll watch the videos, and he's got like scabs on his face.
Correct.
Which typically means meth
Drugs,
or something like that,
yes.
right? Sometimes it's opiates, but I think based on his energy level, it's probably something else, right? Who knows?
We don't know yet.
He could just be having a manic fit. Sometimes that happens too. And look, the guy's not super mentally healthy, obviously. Like, he built this entire facade that was completely, like, most people, I think, knew it was a bunch of bullshit. But
I just watched the doc on Netflix, actually. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't seen it.
It came out 2 weeks ago. And first of all, it's actually really good. And it goes into everything that you just talked about, how he essentially created this facade and this character for the internet. And he said it got to the point for Instagram videos where he was doing 125 takes to try to get the right video for that. And look, God bless, because he was making millions of dollars in supplements. Problem was, he said all of his workouts were natural, and all of it was coming from the supplements, and had nothing to do with steroids. And he got sued into oblivion.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of it.
yeah,
But-
well, when you build your entire identity around this stuff, and then the world sees that you're a fraud, I think that strikes at the core of your identity.
Yeah. And then you have to answer for that. So luckily, I've been in the same dirtbag for fucking 25 years in the entertainment industry. So I can talk about me being a blackface. This is in a goddamn movie. And I love that scene, too. I wrote it. Social media influencer Brian Johnson, also known as Liver King, was arrested in Austin, Texas on Tuesday after seemingly challenging Joe Rogan to fight him in the streets in a series of Instagram videos. That's the last guy I would challenge. I know the podcast is fun. He's an affable, lovable guy. And he seems tiny because he is. He's a tiny man, probably, 5'3", 5'4", somewhere in there. However, Joe Rogan is that dude, and that is not somebody you should cross in the fucking streets, dude, ever. I don't know why this happened. I'm guessing that because Rogan was one of the first ones to expose, like, fuck this guy.
Yeah,
I hate him.
I think our buddy Zach Tellender was on Rogan's show or something like that, or maybe.
Oh, on that episode?
Yeah,
where he exposed him.
Yeah, he was talking about like how all this is fake because Zach is. I mean, he's an interesting guy. He does country music now, I guess, and he's on Conor McGregor's label as a musician now, right? Which is kind of a
Conor
weird thing.
McGregor has a rap label, like a music label?
Rap? No.
Or just music in general?
Yeah. Which is kind of, I didn't know that either, but he's pretty good. He plays like folk style country, I guess if you want to call it that, but also like a power lifter and has been for a very long time.
Well,
right?
that we know, obviously.
Yeah,
but
like that's how he kind of came to notoriety in the first place. So, and one of the things that he does is cut through nonsense, right? Like diet, peptides, testosterone, and then the lifts themselves, like what actually works. Because if you look through Liver King shit, you're going to see this one. There's like this core exercise where he's got like a bunch of rubber bands and he's squeezed. It's not doing anything.
No.
It's nonsense, right? And people call him out for that all the time. But yeah, I think it was that episode with Zach, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong about that where it originally came into focus. And look, now he's talking about like I'm protecting my family. It's like, no, you don't. That's not how it works, bud. You don't get to like lie about a bunch of shit, and then when people call you out, say you're protecting your family and try to fight them.
Yeah, what are you protecting your family from?
From his bullshit.
But here's the other part of this, guys. And if you haven't seen the doc, spoiler alert, he does talk in the documentary about, yes, I did steroids, and then he says he's off of them now and he's clean. Maybe that's what he looks like off the steroids. I'm not really sure anymore. But, they went into his family and life and all the other shit. So I don't really get why you're pissed now. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So let's play the video here where he gets arrested, and then we'll go into the rest of the story.
With him. His family's coming over.
The vehicle?
Yeah.
Have these items for you?
Afford anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that
like,
you
what
love.
Are these
because
weird spots
what happens
on his
next
face?
to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for. Because I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for them. You know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. But then you have to contend with something else. And I weigh 177 pounds. An actual savage. And so at first you're like, fuck that guy. And right? When you all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that motherfucker, that piece of fucking shit. I'm going to choke him out. That's what warriors do. You and Andrew Tate are good warriors. But you're actually better than that real tension we have. Comedy that you do is good and true. We have real tension. But what I see in you is comedy is good and true. Touch points. How people laugh if we don't make fun of them at their expense. They laugh. You should all make fun of me. liver. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me, that it still works. And,
Why
and then
is
you
his
should
mouth
get paid
blue?
for it. Let's go.
The
Let's
7
go.
ancestral
We're leaving. We're going to
principles
Austin.
or
What
whatever.
was
I
my
don't
very
know.
last
Okay.
point?
Maybe it's blue mouth is one of them.
Joe Rogan's ass?
Yeah, the real Jew said it. Oh, it's my speech. Justin Fitz.
It's like who are those people around him?
I don't know.
That are just letting this happen and not calling the cops themselves with a 5150. Like, hey, my buddy's crazy. You want to fucking come pop him right quick, or whip his ass yourself, right? Like this would never happen because Jared doesn't think this way, but I've known Jared for almost 20 years now, and if he was like pacing around going crazy like this, I would do one of two things. I would drug him, which I have before. For one particular situation, but that was more fun for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, if he was like, I'm going to go over there and fuck this guy, I'm like, oh, what do you do? It's like, oh, talk shit, and like, no, you're a grown man with children. You're not going to prison for this. I would whip his ass before I would let him leave that spot. So who the fuck is around this dude that's letting this stuff happen? That's a big problem for me.
Well, I can tell you actually. So in the documentary, he lives in a house. Looks like it's in the woods, and he's got a lot of acres. It's in Texas. I'm not going to say what city it is. I'm not going to fucking dox the guy, but it's his wife, and then he's got 2 sons. The sons appeared to be maybe 13 and 17, somewhere in that neighborhood. And, you know, he's doing the shit where he's, you know, they're killing and eating meat on the farm and everything else that you would expect. But the family seemed relatively normal. The wife seemed normal. The kids seemed normal. And to my knowledge, it was, you know, according to the documentary, just the 4 of them kind of chilling out in the woods. They cook and all that other stuff. The supplements are still out there in the world. I think. Can
you imagine like somebody that's still buying that stuff?
Well,
they like, how are you doing that? That's like, I don't even know what to compare that to.
Well, here's the interesting part, because I was.
It's like getting stock advice from Bernie Madoff.
I was the same way, and they had the CEO on of that supplement company, and by the way, a completely normal dude who's rich and has a bunch of companies and everything else. And he goes, "Look, are these supplements bullshit? No, because it's just like liver in them. That's all it is, right? It's pieces of liver and." I guess it's good for your heart or something else.
You don't need to eat raw liver.
It's not raw liver. It's just pills. It's vitamins.
Okay, well, you can get that anywhere.
Correct. And so that's not really the fraud part of it. The fraud part is saying that those pills were the ones that made you look like a fucking jacked up He-Man, and you're on 90 sets of steroids. What was the total? Like 18 grand a month?
12,000.
Jesus
Well, it was 11
Christ.
and change, I think.
Okay. But he was arrested yesterday at 5:30 p.m. local time here by the Austin PD. He was charged with a terroristic threat, which is a Class B misdemeanor, according to police reports. Johnson, in a series of videos posted to his 2.9 million Instagram followers between June 23rd and 24th, expressed interest in wanting to fight Joe Rogan, with whom he's been beefing with online for several years. Johnson chronicled this journey to Austin, where Rogan lives, which is what you guys are seeing now. Detectives reviewed the posts and observed that Johnson was traveling to Austin while continuing to make threatening statements, the police said to the Hollywood Reporter. Detectives contacted Mr. Rogan, who stated that he never had any interaction with Johnson and considered the post to be threatening. Based on this information, detectives obtained an arrest warrant for Johnson on a charge of a terroristic threat. In a video posted by Johnson on June 23rd, the social media influencer, shirtless with the wolf hat on, which you guys just saw, challenged him to the battle. And there's another one with meditation music in the background and all kinds of crazy shit. If you want my guess on this, he's had a mental break. The thing that he just said in the video about you can laugh at my expense. Well, yeah, we all did. Even the documentary was pretty entertaining and funny. You know, like, yeah, dude. You want to tell the world that you're on steroids and everything else, and that you're because he said, now I'm happy with my life. I don't have to live a lie and blah blah blah. Although he did lie at the end and say I'm no longer doing steroids, which is crazy. All of it was fun and flirty. My guess is this is a mental break because Rogan was probably the biggest podcaster to break this thing by saying this guy's on steroids And then he went on a bunch of other podcasts and had all these guys eat liver. They called us up. We declined on that. And here we are. I just think this is a gigantic mental break, no different than Amanda Bynes or somebody like that who had everything and all the money and all the things. And then, you know, you're going back to the source of where you lost it all.
Have you seen her recently?
Who?
Amanda Bynes.
Yes. That's why I brought her up. Yep.
You want to pull that photo up?
Whew.
It's brutal.
She made she made a video. Same thing. It's
I didn't see
mental
any
break.
videos.
It's crazy.
I just saw
Yeah.
a
So
video.
she said she's going on Ozempic.
Ozempic's not going to fix your head. Actually, it's going to make it worse.
Look at those heavies, though. I didn't see this video, Bob.
No, I saw the blonde one.
Oh, yeah,
she's got like a heart
saw the
face.
blonde one, yeah.
I think there's a more
It was on
recent
TMZ.
one. I think it's a more recent one because she's got blonde hair and a heart
It
face
is, yes,
tattoo or
yes.
something.
It was
now.
on TMZ if you type it in.
She had the heart face tattoo in that, but I'll find the blonde TMZ.
Was unaware of the heavies, though. Okay. All right. Bob, I'm going to ask that. You know the question I'm going to ask you.
What's that?
Still?
No.
Play the video and then give me an answer. Okay? That's all I'm asking.
All right. It's taking
There's a lot of listeners in here today, and I think you might slide that answer over to Wood. I'm kidding. I don't. Doubtful. But the heavies, meh. We'll see. But while you're teeing up that video over there, yeah, I mean, look, these social media influencers who get famous overnight for nothing other than social media, what a weird life. What do you do after that? You know what I'm saying? Like a podcast is a podcast. Like if after this, it's like, all right, cool. I'm not going to go fight somebody for what, I guess. You know, like, but
I'm not fighting
influencer is
anybody
weird.
unless somebody's like actively in my presence trying to fucking fuck. Even if they were trying to pick a fight with me, it's not going to work. Too old for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You either have a weapon and I'm going to kill you or I'm leaving.
No, that's the other part of this. So in the documentary, he did have a shit ton of guns. So with Rogan, some of our listeners have hit me up and be like, Rogan's such a pussy. No, like he's got too much to lose. $100 million a year for Spotify, the best comedy club in the literal entire world that is sold out every single night. Endless fucking businesses and all that other shit. No, dude. Why take the risk against this? You want to put it in a controlled situation in a cage or something, if Rogan even wanted to do it, but it doesn't do anything for him at all. So even that's doubtful. But the reason why I think he was, when the police called him and said, hey, what do you want to do? There's like 900 guns in this guy's house. And it's like, you don't know what the fuck's going to happen. And this guy's clearly mentally unstable. So no, for Rogan, I understand not to take the risk. He's wife.
I mean, there's no reason.
Wife and kids.
There's no reason to fight him. But some of the other stuff, like people that have businesses that don't allow guns in them, I think that's weak as fuck. To be honest.
Who has that?
Comedy Mothership.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why I very rarely go to that place. Even though like half the people that work there are friends of mine, I fucking hate it. I think it's super gay.
But I will say this: he gets a lot of death threats.
I don't give a fuck. Carry a gun
yourself. A lot of death
yourself.
threats. So, but when you're on stage, if you turn the wrong way, it's like shit.
Then have private security, which he does.
He does.
He's got people all over the place.
He does.
It's nonsense. There's no reason to have gun-free zones. That's gay as fuck. I don't give a fuck what your excuse for it is. That's gay.
This could be the excuse of this guy. But play Amanda Bynes real quick.
Oh, I'm going on Ozempic. So excited. I'm 173 now. So I hope to get down to like 130, which would be awesome. So I look better in paparazzi pictures and you don't see my double chin from strange angles. Yeah, so that's about it. I will post about my Ozempic journey, of course. And yeah, that's about it. Have a good night, everybody.
Wow.
Buy low.
Buy low, Bob. That's all I'm saying. Buy low right now, okay? Because she's what, 173 now? What's her journey to? 130, she
130, yeah.
At 130. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
It's a we'll see, right?
We'll see, Bob.
That's a no.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus, why judge a book by the cover, all right?
I mean, you only fuck the cover, really.
No, there's going to be different artwork. There's going to be different artwork in that cover after Ozempic, okay? Come on, man. You're better than that, Bob. 43 pounds less. And you've seen what's the soccer movie?
Yeah, I've seen She's the Man many a time. And by the way, Amanda Bynes and She's the Man all day.
Maybe she'll have like a Harley Quinn type vibe.
Harley Quinn?
Yeah, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Harley Quinn, dude. To get different dyed hairs. Crazy. Imagine that sex. It's crazy. She's going to fucking try to kill you at some point.
I actually don't think she's going to break it off.
Wow, Bob.
I don't think so.
You don't think a woman who's been on 3 5150s isn't going to break it off?
I think she's more likely to go catatonic.
That's still a kink for some people.
Yeah,
you know?
not for me, but that's fair, I guess.
Hey, there's a lot of those out there. But Rogan's final statement on this was, I think he's mentally unstable, and I hope he gets the help that he needs. So
I don't really care if he gets the help he needs.
How do you want to see this shake out?
I don't care. I just don't want to hear about it, really, because he's a grifting piece of shit. Before any of this stuff happened, he was a charlatan. He was lying to people about their health, their body, like how they can live better and longer. You've got to be a terrible person to do that, so I hope he fucking gets hit by a truck or something.
No.
You know what I mean? Fuck that guy. I feel bad for his family.
Yeah,
Not his wife. I don't feel bad for his wife because she's enabling the shit out of this because of the money,
Sure.
right? But the kids, obviously, I feel bad for them. But yeah, this guy is a predator. He's a piece of shit.
I wonder is there anybody on the internet that just says go to Taco Bell every night like that? I would love. and I believe in
Surprisingly,
it.
we could be that group because Taco Bell has incredibly good macros.
I know, and it's so fucking good, dude. I was just there the other night.
Dan, I think you're just jealous of this body.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, play this for Dan. Look at this.
My name's Liberty. Man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. Yeah. I have zero training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt. You should dismantle me. But I'm picking a fight with you. Your rules. Whatever you want me to weigh, I'll weigh it. I weighed 190 this morning. I'll come weigh
190?
So he gained 12 pounds since that last video?
Come on, man.
ready to go. I'm on a vibration plate, by the way. That's what I'm shaking off.
How short is he?
5'6", I think.
Yeah, he's a little man.
Well, Rogan's like 4'11".
Yeah.
Rogan's 5'3". Yeah,
That's
someone there,
just
5'4".
Perfect male body. You know what I mean?
For a Viking, yeah.
So jacked, you have an Audi.
Oh, yeah. That's I didn't even see that Audi, Bob. That's a great call there.
Yeah. Do you know what having body fat that low does to your brain?
What's happening right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what your brain is made out of? Anybody quickly?
Play-Doh.
What'd you say, Bob?
Fat.
There we go.
You also need
Play-Doh.
fat for testosterone.
Yes.
Mine is made out of Play-Doh.
So fat is what your brain's made out of.
Really?
And then lipids or cholesterol, we call it, but lipids are the things that carry nutrients into your bloodstream.
Should I get fat then? Is that going to make me smarter?
No.
Could I? Because I can go to Taco Bell today.
You'll get harder.
Rock hard? Like my dick?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's never been a problem, but I would like to eat a 12-pack. They still serve those 10, 12-pack of tacos in the carry-on box?
I prefer the Jack in the Box taco. I don't know
I love Jiznak and the Beezy, but there's not one out here.
I don't know what the meat is. I have no clue.
I don't know what it is. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I mean, it would ruin it. I don't know what the meat is. I don't know what's in it. I don't know what the cheese, if it is indeed cheese, is. And I don't know what that shell is made out of because none of it tastes like an actual taco. What it tastes like is if somebody was trying to poison me but make me enjoy it.
Oh, God, dude.
Right?
I'm taking my kid to see the F1 movie tonight. I think we're going to stop at Taco Bell now on the way there. If you've convinced me now.
By the way, Minecraft is on Max now or whatever.
It is.
So
Sure is.
if you're out there and you got kids.
You got kids. Great kids movie.
Tune it in.
Highly recommend it.
If they're being dicks, just throw that thing on and tell them
if
to shut up.
If they're following Liver King on Instagram, go ahead and flick that off there because this guy. What's the over under of life left? 6 months?
Yeah, it's 2 years maybe. Has anybody used that baby app to make a baby Liver King?
No, that would be a good one though. Yeah,
you guys got to do that.
That or the give me a baby Alex Jones. I'd love to see that too.
That's my idea.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. We could actually test it out.
Yeah.
Dan's dream has always been to have a cartoon show where
Like
Alex
third
Jones
grade or kindergarten would probably be better.
No, I think third because that's
they're talking normal.
Yes,
by his kindergarten.
But his voice juxtaposition with the kids' voices.
Yeah.
Like Bob, in a kid's voice, asked me to go up to the chalkboard and write China.
Can you go up to the chalkboard and write China?
Oh, yeah. I'll go up and write the shy comms for you. I'll spell it out for you. And then I'll add my own at the end. Oh! So we'll have a Chinese kid, Alex Jones, and then we got a couple Mexicans back there. We'll have that with a fun and flirty thing, and it'll be great. It'll be great. Speaking of which, our Mexican listeners did bring us some piñata today. A full-size piñata. We don't do this very often, but since you went for the trouble, bring this up in the middle of the show. We're going to put this right in the middle up here, okay? This was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. He walked in during Ross Patterson Revolution. My wife spotted it first and was like, no fucking way. So go right in the middle there. We'll put this into a wide. Look at that. You can wave to the people. And then we'll have you on for Drinkin Bro of the Week at the end. It is a hard AF seltzer piñata, and it's a big one. That's probably, what, 3 feet? 3 feet tall?
No. That's 18 inches, dude.
2 feet tall. Okay, it's 24 inches. Gotcha. Is it filled up, by the way? I didn't ask you earlier.
It's not.
Oh, it's not. Okay. So we can put whatever we want in there.
Maybe we should bust it up for the steak off.
Oh, shit.
We could put a bunch of steaks in there.
What are those Mexican candies? Those little candies that you see everywhere that taste like shit.
Mex Andes?
Yeah, is that what it is? Mex Andes?
I don't know.
Yeah. Look, I love the food there. I love the cultura for you guys, but candy is not the strong suit of Mexico, unfortunately. So that's something we do, all right? That's white, fat Americans, bro.
But burning tires? Who does it? Other than Somalia, who does it better?
No one.
You know?
Somalia's the best in the world at it.
They're the best, yeah, but they've got more tires over there.
I think you teach your kid at a young age how to burn a tire, where it's like, you know what, son?
Yeah.
Grab the spare tire from the back trunk, and let's light that on fire.
What you want to do is you want to drive a stake in the ground and then tie somebody to it and then put tires over them and then cover that in diesel and then light that on fire.
Oh, beautiful. Speaking of steak, that'll lead us into our title sponsor, OmahaSteaks.com. 50% off for the 4th of July sale, and our listeners are getting an extra $45 off on top of that with the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. Man, I don't get enough credit for my segues, for Christ's sakes. I mean, that's one of my finest. Way to go, Ross. Just want to tell you I love you. I love you, Ross, okay? I love you. And I love Omaha Steaks, all right? I've been eating this shit. Some might say way too much this week. I think I've had it all 5 nights so far. Sunday, Monday. Yeah. We're having it again tonight. But Omaha Steaks is the best in the biz. Is there anything more American than grilling out for the 4th of July? No, there's not. I'll go through my routine. I go Joey Chestnut on ESPN. We used to do live shows for it, and back in the day, but obviously you went to Netflix last year and kind of fucked us with those vegan hot dogs. I'm going to wait to see if he's doing vegan this year because that's still not American.
No, he re-signed with Nathan. They don't make vegan hot dogs.
I hope not.
I don't think. Do they?
Bob can look that up.
We should do our own with Omaha Steaks hot dogs because they're beef and they're fucking good.
They're the best hot dogs I've ever had, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
And they fit the whole bun.
They do. And pop this picture up right there.
This
is the problem, though. They're too big.
He did 76.
76.
Of
but
the Nathans. 25 of these, maybe.
Yes.
Like,
these
they're so
are
much
double
bigger.
the fucking size, and this is what happens when you don't process fucking bullshit and you're actually getting real stuff.
They don't turn it into goo.
I tell you what, if nothing else today, just buy 1 pack of hot dogs from there and tell me those aren't the biggest, most beautiful hot dogs you've ever had in your entire life, dude. Holy shit. They're amazing. They got everything over there. They've got what? Oh my God, those fucking smash burgers. Built for the Grill smash burgers, I love.
You got to get the smash burger and then a little layer of blue cheese crumble, smash burger, another layer of blue cheese crumble, smash burger, and then grilled onions on top.
I'm happy to know you're a fellow blue cheese on burger.
Oh,
lover.
love it.
Oh, dude. You can't beat it.
You.
You can't beat it. A little bit of fucking mustard, right?
Yep.
Like not grainy mustard, right? On
Yellow.
top of that,
I go spicy mustard.
Yeah, grainy mustard, sometimes spicy, but not with blue cheese. So I go blue cheese and sautéed onions. That's how I eat it, and I'll eat like six or 8
I
of them.
could eat 8 of those right now if they were stuffed in front of my face. They've been around for 100 years. They're America's original butcher since 1917. Mouth-watering burgers, chicken, pork, seafood, delectable desserts. They got everything over there, man. Get fired up for the 4th of July with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their 4th of July sale, and for an extra $45 off, use the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. It is 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $45 off with the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. Luckily, Bob was here to show you all their delightful foods, but check it out for yourself, too. Love these guys. And I hope they stay with us for a long time. Next up, we got the Canary Trap. The White House will limit classified intelligence sharing with Congress after leaks contradicted President Donald Trump's claim that U.S. airstrikes obliterated Iranian nuclear facilities, officials told Axios. This comes as Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard early testified that Iran was not actively, this was back in March, pursuing a nuclear weapon, is being left out of a key Senate briefing on the strikes. Because of that, there is some speculation that the leak came from her organization, or it could simply be that the DNI is responsible for securing these things. The classified session scheduled Thursday will feature Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Dan Kane. The Washington Post reported all of this first, by the way. I know, you thought we had it. It was them. Ratcliffe will represent the intelligence community, the senior Trump official said, speaking on a condition of anonymity. The media is turning this into something that it's not. All right, I have been beyond pissed about this, and I think it's a bold statement I'm about to make. I think this is the best rant I've ever seen a Secretary of Defense go on. Bob, go to your Twitter and play this in its entirety today, because I agree with this 100%. And the fact that he started off this presser like this today was incredible. There it is right there. And you play the full thing, because this was awesome. And this is exactly what is fucking going on in the goddamn country and the media in particular.
Because you, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps, because you cheer against Trump so hard, it's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump, because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes. You have to hope maybe they weren't effective. Maybe the way the Trump administration has represented them isn't true. So let's take half-truths, spun information, leaked information, and then spin it in every way we can to try to cause doubt and manipulate the public mind over whether or not our brave pilots were successful. How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, I don't know, fly a plane for 36 hours? Has MSNBC done that story? Has Fox? Have we done the story how hard that is? Have we done it 2 or 3 times so that American people understand? How about how difficult it is to shoot a drone from an F-15 or 16 or F-22 or F-35? Or what it's like to man a Patriot battery? Or how hard it is to refuel midair? Giving the American people an understanding of how complex and sophisticated this mission really was. There are so many aspects of what our brave men and women did that, because of the hatred of this press corps, are undermined because your people are trying to leak and spin that it wasn't successful. It's irresponsible. And folks in this room are privy to that information because of the proximity here in the Pentagon. It's an important responsibility. And time again, classified information is leaked or peddled for political purposes to try to make the president look bad. And what's really happening is you're undermining the success of incredible B-2 pilots and incredible F-35 pilots and incredible refuelers and incredible air defenders who accomplished their mission, set back a nuclear program in ways that other presidents would have dreamed. How about we celebrate that? How about we talk about how special America is, that only we have these capabilities? I think it's too much to ask, unfortunately, for the fake news. So we're used to that. But we also have an opportunity to stand at the podium and read the truth of what's really happening. And the reality is, you want to call it destroyed, you want to call it defeated, you want to call it obliterated, choose your word. this was an historically successful attack, and we should celebrate it as Americans. And it gives us a chance to have peace, chance to have a deal, and an opportunity to prevent a nuclear Iran, which is something President Trump talked about for 20 years.
I mean, that couldn't have been said any more perfectly. Like, these reports that have been coming out the last 48 hours after these strikes, and then having a hearing on it on top of it, which I still don't think you should have, in my opinion, because whatever the fuck we're doing, military-wise, defense-wise, I don't think the media needs to know a goddamn word about it. That's just my personal opinion. And now you're going to drag these people out in front of Congress and everything else. It sucks. And the results, or the proof, is in the pudding, I guess. Like, there was a ceasefire announced, 24 hours later, 48 hours later? Clearly, we fucked everything up for them where they stopped a goddamn war.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? Questioning what these men and women are doing in the air, how much they blew up and all this other shit, and then demanding to see the footage, which they did earlier. Did you see that?
Yeah, you can get fucked. with that.
We'll play it because Homeboy got up there and he was pissed off as well, and he took the footage and said, "You tell me if this is fucking obliteration or not."
I mean, you can see the topography change. Like a mountain collapsed. Right? So it's like, all right, there's a depression where there used to be a mountain. What do you think's under that? Like, people are fucking down there singing Kumbaya, you stupid dummy. I mean, it's, the whole thing's kind of silly. So there's a couple things here. One, I want to address the Tulsi situation because people keep blowing me up, asking me if she's on the hot seat or if she was the leaker or something like that. I don't think that she needs to be there. She's the DNI. She's the director of national intelligence. She's not a spokesperson. She's not the head of one of the agencies. Her job is to coordinate between the agencies. So Ratcliffe is going to know shit, everything that she knows.
Yes.
He's the director of the CIA. He knows everything she knows. And from the military side, Raising Cane and fucking Pete will know everything from DOD side.
Yep.
So there's no reason for her to be there. I don't think this is any kind of weird thing. Like,
I don't either.
People tried to blow that bullshit up about her saying something back in March. One, they cut the clip short and didn't say, where she followed up by saying, and if we find out and there's suspicion around it that they are doing blah, 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 we're going to fuck them up.
Yes.
Right? That was the second half of that statement. It's a very fine people situation where they cut off the second half.
It is. And we've played that clip on the show.
There's no, like, rancor or internal animosity going on between Tulsi and the rest of the administration. That's just a completely fabricated CNN story. It's not real. I'm telling you, it's not real. So that's one thing.
But also, and to your point with Tulsi, that job, she's working.
Yeah.
Her
job is to make sure that all the agencies have the assets they
Yes.
need and to make sure that they're sharing communications between each other, right, as a clearinghouse. That's the fucking purpose of that, not to be
on television
or
Fox News
in front of these hearings and whatnot. It's stupid. That's one thing. The second thing is that if you're looking at actual evidence that the stuff has been fucked up. One, we know we have the satellite footage that shows nothing big enough to be carrying uranium made its way out of that place, right? So that story that leaked that they got their uranium out, that's not true. I'm telling you, it's not true. It would have taken a bigger effort and bigger vehicles than we saw leaving that area. You don't think we had ISR up there the whole time? Come on, man. And if we did, we would have hit that base and we would have hit that truck en route.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do that, man.
Nope.
We fucking hit Soleimani with a switchblade, right? I don't even know if it killed the driver. It came through the driver's side or the passenger side of the vehicle, and it's basically got like 1,000 knives on it. Just cuts you in half. His dick's laying on the ground now.
Yeah.
On to the leak part. This keeps happening.
Yeah.
Right? And I think, this is my opinion, because it leaked and the information is false, I think this was a canary trap. Are you familiar with this phrase? It's called
I've heard it before, but I don't know the...
So the phrase canary trap comes from Tom Clancy. I think there's something about something meal that MI5 used to call it. I can't remember what they used to call it. But it's essentially where... You will know this from Hollywood. When you send out a DVD screener, it's got a fucking number or a stamp or a name on it or something like that.
Yep.
So if it leaks, you know who
I know who it is,
right?
yeah.
That's the purpose here. So this one is a more covert version of that. And Elon's done it a bunch too with a lot of his stuff, where very simple stuff sometimes to very large stuff, right? So if it's an actual document or piece of data that you're worried about getting out, you'll put a double space instead of a single space, right? Something like that. And for each copy that you send out, one thing will be changed. There'll be a period where there wasn't one, or a comma where there wasn't one, or something like that. That way, if you recover the document, you know exactly who leaked it or who it got stolen from, maybe. When it comes to intelligence like this, you'll change certain things. And it might be like the color of a target building or something like that, right? Maybe the number of windows on it, maybe the amount of security that we think is going to be there, or like, 5 to 15 security guards versus 10 to 20, right? Something like that, something simple. The fact that the intelligence was wrong and it got leaked tells me that that's what happened, right? Because that's what I would do. So a canary trap is a method for exposing an information leak by giving different versions of a sensitive document to each of several suspects and seeing which version gets leaked. That's essentially what it is. Special attention is paid to the quality of the prose of the unique language in hopes that the suspect will repeat it verbatim in the leak. So even if it's verbal, you'll use a very specific phrase, right? Even if you don't recover the document itself, you use a very specific phrase. And if you see that particular version of the phrase show up, then you know who did it. I really think that's what happened here.
And it could be. And like to your point, like even back in Hollywood, let's take Spider-Man, screen tested for those fucking movies back in the day. You go into the studio, you get 2 hours. That script has your name burned into it. So Patterson is in huge letters across every single fucking page. So that way if one page leaks, one sentence leaks, you know exactly where that came from. And then when you finish, they put it in a fucking shredder right in front of you. And then you can leave the room and sign out and all that other shit. This would make more sense to me. Also, we do have actual footage here, Bob. Go to Twitter, pull up that last video that I just sent you here. This is General Raisin Cane, and I love that Trump calls him that everywhere he goes.
That's what everybody calls him.
I know, but it's great that he does call him that. Like, it's hilarious. Here is the actual footage from Fordo and the collapse. So go ahead and press play on that. Is our internet slow? Okay. He's standstill. All right.
That looks fiery, but mostly peaceful.
But there's the actual bomb going in, and I don't even know where you get footage like this from.
From the Israelis. Actually.
Holy shit.
Israel put cameras all over the place.
Look at those. So those are the bunker busters, is what he said.
Yeah, so if you don't have the ability to put people on the ground post-op to
Keep it going for a minute. You'll see inside the...
Dan,
inside
shut the
mission
fuck up. That's from inside the facility, which means Israel compromised that facility.
Okay.
Right? That means they had agents in there, which is not a surprise.
Unlike a normal surface bomb, you won't see an impact crater because they're designed to deeply bury and then function. I know
this might be a test
about
actually.
That. All 6 weapons at each vent at Fordo went exactly where they were intended to go. A bomb has 3 effects that causes damage: blast, fragmentation, and overpressure. In this case, the primary kill mechanism in the mission space was a mix of overpressure and blast, ripping through the open tunnels and destroying critical hardware. The majority of the damage we assessed based on our extensive modeling was a blast layer combined with the impulse extending from the shock. Imagine what this looks like 6 times over.
Yeah, so another part that pisses me off. One, this guy's got to go out of his fucking way today to give this speech, show this footage, and then explain to the media what it actually looks like, what it actually does. I mean, why do you deserve the right to know? It's like asking a coach at halftime who's down, What are you going to change in the second half? Oh, shit. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run the ball probably 17 times and then pass 9. And then we'll see kind of how that shakes out. Like, you don't deserve to know that fucking answer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea to tell people what it can do. You don't? No.
I do. Like, whatever you're doing to help keep this country safe, I don't need to fucking know about it.
No, I just think, I think people knowing the mechanics of things, it helps you speak in shorthand in the future, right? So if the next time we drop GBU 57s on something and it's 20 feet underground, they're like, oh, that thing's done. Like there's no way it can't possibly exist anymore, right? So at least you know. I think this is test footage that he's playing.
Okay.
The reason I thought it might be real is because Israel did have internal security or internal cameras in the nuclear facility from Stuxnet back in the day where they melted that motherfucking reactor down. But yeah, this is pretty dope.
Yeah.
To be honest, I like seeing it. Personally, I don't know if it's strictly speaking necessary, maybe, but it is very interesting.
It's cool to see, and it's fun. However, I don't need to know the exact details of the mission and all that other stuff. It's a fun podcast story years later, but to try to, because like I watched the presser yesterday, going back and forth with the media, and it's these dumb people who are press, who are fucking journalism majors or whatever, and then they're asking these questions as if they're experts or who have served in the military for long periods of time, and they know all the intricacies of all of our U.S. weaponry and everything else that's going on. It's like, you know nothing about this.
Yeah.
You're just as dumb as I am.
Yeah,
like, fuck off.
But it's it's fine, and there's a bunch of information points. This is one data point. Obviously, we know what the weapon can do. We know, like the second most important data point to what we know about the weapon and its capabilities is what we know about centrifuges. A lot like quantum computers, they don't deal with vibration very well, right? So the biggest quantum computer that I'm familiar with, and I think Jack Carr actually kind of wrote some about this in his book. A lot of it's fictionalized, but a lot of it's real. And one of the things is it's underground and it's suspended on basically like a gyroscope that keeps it from moving at all, even if there's an earthquake. A bomb could drop next to it and it stays still, because otherwise it fucks the whole thing up, right?
Yeah.
Centrifuges are not quite that sensitive, obviously, but because of the size, the rapidity with which it spins, and the precision with which it spins. If it's off a little bit, it'll fuck that whole thing up and it won't work anymore. So there's no way those whether we got the uranium that was enough, I think they had 60% enriched enough for 9 bombs, which is still not enough to make the bomb itself.
Yeah.
It's still got to go to 90, but they had 9 bombs worth of 60% enriched. They still had some ways to go. That's why people say things like they in a year or a week or a month or whatever.
Sure.
So we don't know if that got knocked out, but the centrifuges are fucked. We know that. So they can't enrich it for now. We know that
right.
Too. So, and the other thing, people keep asking about a dirty bomb. Dirty bombs are not made from uranium. They're made from cesium or something like that.
Okay. And by the way, I like just to put a bow on this, like fucking, I don't care if this was Biden, Trump, Democrat, Republican, whoever called in these strikes and all the other shit. Me personally, I don't need to know about it. Did you do your job? Was everybody safe? Did anybody get killed from our side? If not, carry on.
Yeah, we should have done this in the late 90s, early 2000s with North Korea, right?
Yeah.
We appeased and capitulated the 94 agreed framework. North Korea immediately started making fucking nuclear material right after that, in 95, I think. We think they may have actually had a working bomb, technically, and not tested yet by 95. And then we spent the early 2000s invading 2 countries that had nothing to do with us instead of one that was developing a fucking nuclear weapon. We should have bombed the shit out of North Korea and told China to get fucked. So Clinton let China into the World Trade Organization without any restrictions, just with a promise from China that they would do better. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he didn't do a goddamn thing about North Korea. And then W took us to war in the Middle East for no reason. And a madman has a bomb now. So people keep asking why we have to treat North Korea differently. Because he's already got a fucking bomb. That's why.
Right.
We don't want to start an actual nuclear war. But if we could prevent the possibility of one with another country, that's what we're going to do.
So the other person who has been really silent on this, who is not silent about anything, is Hillary Clinton.
Well, Bill wasn't. Well, he wasn't silent about that communist getting elected in New York.
Oh, what did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
Bill Clinton posted a congratulations on his Twitter this morning.
Whoa. For Namdami?
For a communist.
That's fun. That's fun. But Hillary was all for bombing the shit out of Iran back in the day, which is why you're not going to hear a word from her either. And yeah, man, there's shit that it's like, am I going to question these people? No. Did I see a ceasefire? Yeah. Also, I heard there's potentially a massive announcement coming up next week in regards to the Abraham Accords.
Yeah, there's something coming down the pipe. Not going to get any more out of me than that right now. But I will say that the 2008 to 2010 framework for Iran is back in play from the Department of Energy and State Department. And that is that we enrich uranium from 3 to 5%, depending on the type of reactors they have. We provide it for them. In return, they get no centrifuges, and they give us the same deal that China's getting on their oil, basically.
Okay.
Which is way cheaper oil. So we in a perfect world, we would use that to restock the reserve, the oil,
that we tapped into?
Strategic oil reserve, yeah.
Okay. Next up, ad-wise, we got mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with mybookie.com. All right, Delco. We host a golf show together, Delco Dan's Dirty Golf Picks, over on Drinkin Bros Sports YouTube. Also, the video is now available on Spotify. We've signed with Spotify across the entire network for video shows, so the golf picks are up there. How are we doing today on the first round leaderboard?
Got 4 holes left. I need my guy to at least birdie 1 more to tie, 2 more to have the outright lead. Aldrich.
Okay.
Right there.
And then what are the odds on that?
He was 80 to 1.
80 to 1. Where am I at?
You're not in the mix.
Ben Griffin's not?
He's in the for the tournament. He'll be in the mix, but he's not going to be a first round leader.
What is he at right now?
He's at 5 under.
Through how many holes?
He's somewhere through like 11 or 12.
That's possible, dude.
13.
Is 9?
No, he's through 13. So no.
Is 9 the leader?
9's the leader.
And he's at 5?
Yeah.
That's possible. Anything's possible. Okay. That's the beauty of gambling right there. Okay. Anything's possible, guys. All right. I'll even believe in shit like that the rest of the day, and that's a fun thing that I keep with me. I also keep 2 pounds of shredded boar's head turkey in my pants. So I have my own secret that you guys don't know about. But you can bet on everything at mybookie.com. They got the best live casino, in my opinion, that I have ever seen, because you're actually getting pumped into real casinos. So they just turn the camera on inside real casinos all over the world. You go against the dealers, and they'll mute it, so you can't scream at them. That's Bob and Delco's Blackjack show on Friday night. That's fun. They'll switch out dealers, all that other stuff. Roulette is real as well. You get to spin the wheel and all that other shit. But they don't, again, they'll mute it on their end because they don't want you screaming at them and shit like that. But you can bet on college football. You can bet on pro footballs coming up. All the odds are up for Heisman Trophy, National Championship, Super Bowl winners, Super Bowl MVP. I mean, everything is up there on mybookie.com. Just make sure to use that promo code Drinkin Bros to double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Who are you taking in UFC this weekend, Delco? Taporia?
Yeah, I want to take Charles because Charles is like plus 360 right now. But the weight cut is looking tough. Chin's probably not going to be there. Taporia catches him, probably knocks him out.
I mean, it's going to be like.
What about a knockout? Is that like the knockouts per round? Which round?
The energy that you lose from a cut like that
is awful.
Rough, man.
He's just so much bigger than Taporia, though. So like, even the thing is too, if you like knock down Charles, he's the most dangerous on the ground.
Yeah,
so
no shit.
It's like,
I mean, he doesn't want to be down there.
Should we sprinkle it just to do it?
Yeah, 360.
360 is great.
You never know.
3.5 to 1.
With a guy like him, you don't know.
I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll throw a hunch on it, dude.
But we're gonna look like idiots when Taporia knocks him out in the first round.
I know, dude, but I want to believe in something.
Dude, is there any chance Oliveira just tries to take him down and win that way?
No, because Taporia is actually really good on the ground.
He
as
is,
well.
yeah. He's not as good as Oliveira.
He's just well-rounded.
Yeah. But still, like I think even on the ground, Taporia might have the advantage just from energy. Like, it's grueling.
I know.
Grappling sucks.
Well, and
it's good. It's good to know,
especially cutting weight to get to that. Holy shit.
Yeah. Now, who would you take, just hypothetically, if Switzerland's women's national team played their under 15 team? Who would you take? What would you handicap that at?
Men or women?
Boys. Under 15 boys
against United States?
No, under 15 boys. I think from Switzerland versus Switzerland's women's national team.
Oh, probably the dudes, right?
Well, tell me, like, handicap it.
I would say 4 goals.
Okay, it was 6.
Was it really?
7-1.
7-1, yeah.
The boys won 7-1.
And Switzerland has notoriously one of the best female
they're pretty good
teams in the world.
Netherlands, Switzerland, both up there pretty good. Germany's usually pretty good.
So they won by how many goals?
They won 7-1 to under 15.
That makes sense.
This is I think the under 15 boys in America beat our team by 10. I think it was 11-1.
It was a blowout. It was an absolute blowout. I know we did it. There's all these club teams and all that shit here, which one of my kids is on, and this women's coach thought her team was better than the boys, and I said, okay, well, we can test it out if you want.
Yeah. Speaking of Mexicans, Ivan Huerta locked in Jeremiah Smith for Heisman. The only thing that can possibly stop him is a quarterback.
I know.
If the quarterback's not good, but I think it's Ohio State. They'll figure it out. He's got to win. Unless somebody has some crazy season like homeboy from Miami last year, maybe. I don't know. But
I bet on Jeremiah Smith as well for Heisman this year in my bookie. And Bob, if you show the photo that's went viral of him at spring practice, Jesus Christ, man.
I really hope he stays healthy for these 2 more years because he might be the best college football player of all time.
It's insane, but he is fucking enormous, dude. And he put on like 20 pounds of muscle.
He's Calvin Johnson, I'm telling you.
I don't know how you stop this guy.
That's fucking Megatron right there.
And you know the beauty of it is, to your point, if he stays healthy, the guy coming in next year is Chris Henry Jr. He is already 6'6" as a junior in high school. And man, the two of them playing together would be really fucking fun to watch for 1 year. So, bet on it right now. Shit, Ohio State's favored to win the national championship. I don't know about that, but we got to figure out who that quarterback is. Penn State, though, we'll see. Deport All Communists is the next story. The New York Young Republican Club has called on the federal government to strip Zoran Mamdani of his citizenship and deport him. On Tuesday evening, Mamdani, it's a hard name to say, a 33-year-old self-described Democratic socialist declared victory over Andrew Cuomo. Actually, Cuomo called him. So,
called him what?
Called him up and conceded.
I see.
Former governor of the states of New York, obviously, a little touchy, little Kelly grandmother, Cuomo, and the Democratic primary for the 2025 New York mayoral election. Newsweek contacted Mamdani's campaign along with the White House and Department of Homeland Security for comment on Thursday via email outside of regular office hours. The outcome, one of the first major Democratic primaries since Donald Trump returned to office, is being considered a barometer for the party's potential recalibration nationally at a time when it remains ideologically divided about its futures. So,
well, there's 2 different things going on. One, the DNC is trying to get back to their donor base.
This ain't it.
Like normal people, the DNC is trying to do that, and then the actual politicians that are leading the charge are Tim Walz, AOC, Mamdani, and fucking Jasmine Crockett.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The worst people. Now, look, some of that is just, one, we're at off season. There's no elections happening until next year, right? And campaign season doesn't start really until September at the earliest, and that's mostly just political shifting. That's not even, like, in fundraising starts around then. That's not even real campaign season until, the first of the year, usually around February, especially for those spring primaries. But some of it is just that these are the loudest idiots. So they're going to make a lot of noise.
Look, I would have typically said that.
But however, if you're the DNC, you got to get them out of there.
Here's the thing. This is where the party is headed. So we've said this on the show ever since the last election. What is it? What is the Democratic Party? It's half of these crazy fucking people.
It's liberal white women.
And then it's the other half who want to be just kind of more centrist, we should call it, right? This election is a huge wake-up call to what this party actually is now. And AOC, by the way, we just talked about mybookie.com, is still favored to be the Democratic nominee out of that party in 2028 right now. So that's a shocker. Bob, go to your Twitter as well. This was a weird video that came out last night that is circulating. Go up. They're right there in the streets. This is AOC and Mamdani meeting up later on in the evening in the middle of the street somewhere. Turn that music off. So these are your 2 guys. Like this is it. This is where this party is going right now. Tim Walz is up there. He wants to run for president as well.
Yeah. You can pull this bullshit in Portland and Boston and Seattle, but New York City, if you run a socialist out there and he wins, the Democrats are in
that is
bad
your
shape,
your
man.
party is over. This
No,
is the
they're
biggest.
not. Nothing is ever over.
It's not ever over.
It's like they're fucked for now.
But 28 is gone for sure.
I don't see how they could win like that because he's going to be in office for what, 6 years? They're 6-year terms, right?
Yes,
In
for
New York,
mayor,
I think.
I believe so.
Or is it 4? They're not like some state governors are 6.
No, he's mayor.
Some
This
are
is
4.
mayor.
I know, but like some mayors are 6, some sheriffs are 6, but most are 4. I think. I thought New York City was 6.
It's 4.
4. Okay, so yeah, 4 years. This is now the faces of your party. And we'll go back to Bernie Sanders and AOC and their fucking oligarchy tour and all that other bullshit. Even though they're both extremely rich, I guess they're not as rich as the oligarchs. Sorry. You're going to have to live off that $50 million somehow a piece. But
well, are you familiar with
this is where the party is. They're drawing 30,000 a rally.
Yeah.
Then you got this guy winning here. This is your fucking party now, and it's wild to see. The other thing that was wild to see, and I don't know if Bob, if I sent you this video, but this exactly what Dan said is. I don't think I sent you this video. I'll find it now. Go to Mom Donnie's. What do you call the party afterwards when they win? Celebration.
Yeah, reception.
Reception or whatever it is. Type that in, and the demographic here is what's really fucking interesting.
I mean, it's exactly what you expect. It's a bunch of fucking cucked white people.
There's not one single person of color, and I know that's the phrase that they love to use, at this goddamn thing. Here it is right here. Play this on screen. So you got a couple Indian dudes, right? And then it pans out to the rest of them.
Ginger.
It's 2 on fucking 1,000. White, 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 ginger, white, white, whites. So it's not as if, oh, you can cut it there. It's not as if this guy was, an immigrant and a foreigner and like, oh, hey, man, we did it and we're doing this, right? Like Ilhan Omar. Her district is all Somalis up there in Minnesota, which should not be a thing in America, but it is. And at her parties and rallies and all that other shit, it's her own people who have literally been shipped over here. With this is white women who actually vote, dude.
It should be noted that Mamdani lost. So the New York Times had an exit poll on everything, right?
Yep.
All types of demos. Mamdani got crushed with black voters. By like
No
20,
shit.
By like 20 points.
Did you see a black there?
No. And,
no, they're like, as far as public safety priorities go, I think black people in New York are probably at the top of that list right now.
Oh, yeah.
The same thing happened in Oakland back in the day. Now, there's I think the percentage of black people in Oakland is higher because than it is in New York. But it was like 80% of people wanted the same amount or more cops. 83%, I think, was the number for black people. Was higher than any other group.
But
right?
more importantly for this, sorry, this probably is related to the black thing, but Cuomo won the low income voters, low income, middle income, high income. Cuomo won low income voters by 10 points.
Yeah.
And lost the other 2.
Yep. And that's why right there. So like your more educated voters, which is crazy to me, are the ones that are voting for this guy. Because I read those exit polls as well, and I was stunned. It was actually people with the allegedly highest education there is who actually voted for this fucking guy. And man, dude, it's the biggest city in the United States. I do not root for this. I know there's a bunch of people on Fox, saying, oh man, this is great. Democrats are going down. We're going to beat them and everything else. I don't want to see a city fail horrifically and let all these shitbirds into what was the greatest city in our nation just to win a fucking election. No, I don't want to see people in harm's way because they're going to defund the police and put social workers and all that bullshit there. Like, I don't want to see that either, and I don't want to spike the football on this. However, this is a wake-up call for America of like, if that is where that side of the party is headed, and we are clearly there.
Well, here's a big fucking problem that we have is that understanding this at an institutional level it's really heady. You know what I mean? Because there's different levels. So the average voter is they're educated and smart, but they're naive, right? They at the lower levels they're caught in what is called the is-ought fallacy. there is the way life is, and there is the way that it ought to be, according to you, right? And you have the ability to, with the gift nature gave you, which is to say your person and your labor as a result of that, to affect. You can affect things in a way that you feel is beneficial to you, right? You can turn ought into is sometimes, right? Now, there's some times you can't. Reality's still reality, right? You still have limited control over everything and stuff like that. There's definitely fundamental principles of the universe. So when the ought butts into the universal principles of the universe, you get stupidity, right? Even from smart people. So you get smart, well-educated, wealthy people who think, well, it's not fair. It's not fair that this happens or that happens. So we've got to do something about that, right? We have to do something. The thing that they always do begins with socialism, and it turns into communism, right? That's how it works. Now, in the middle management and up, the elite group, I guess if you want to call them that, they are postmodernists, right? They are intentionally trying to make it so that truth does not exist, because then they get to tell you what the truth is, right?
Right.
That's how that works. And here's the best example of it. Call everything racist until you own it. Education's racist. The government's racist. The patriarchy's this or that, whatever. Call everything racist. Call it sexist. Call all the land stolen until you own it. Call everything a pejorative until you own it, right? That's how it works from the mid-level to the elite level.
And then you pull up the ladder behind you.
That's right.
And then let the plebes fight.
And that's so that mid-level to high level, that's what communism is. It is to gobble up all of the control because we know better than you, right? That's what it is. And you can see it happening in front of your face, but people don't have, it happens everywhere. It happens in a bunch of businesses that go on to fail later, or they get cannibalized by somebody else and the parts get split out. But people are not political scientists, right? We're fucking plumbers and podcasters and truck drivers and fucking insurance salesmen and shit like that. We don't have time to sit around and think about this stuff, but it's all happening behind the scenes. So, I would spend some time. We're in a different period right now. If this was 2,000 years ago, I would be telling you to learn about farming and how to use a sword, right? Because those are important things for your survival. Right now, you need to learn about politics a little bit.
Yes. And then James Patterson here in the chat just said yesterday, and I saw this as well. I saw him on television during this interview. Says this is Mamdani, says he wants to increase the funding by 800% to combat bigotry in the city, which he's asking, how do you enforce that with law enforcement? And I don't know if you can get arrested for bigotry. Jesus Christ, man, we won't be on air for 5 more minutes?
Wow, they can try to come arrest me.
Yeah.
And I'll fucking ensure that this guy spends the rest of his life breathing through a hole in his forehead. Now, I think the U.S. is 63% non-Hispanic white, and then total Caucasian, which would include Hispanic, some Hispanic people.
Honkies!
Would be like 72%. New York City is 31% non-Hispanic white.
Okay.
31, which is very underrepresented. So if he's talking about the bigotry towards white people in New York, sure, let's do that. Maybe he's going to become a Klan member.
Well,
or maybe he's going to join the Proud Boys.
Yeah, I mean, but
not that those are the same thing, by the way. I'm not conflating those two. I'm just saying those are two groups that look after white folk from time to time.
Sure.
Not that the Klan did a great job of it.
No, they didn't. It didn't. Their clothing could have been better too.
It depends.
Hitler got the clothing right.
Yeah, if they would have gotten Hugo Boss sheets, do they make sheets?
Then I'm all in. No, they don't. They don't.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. Ghostbed's not currently on as a sponsor, but even the Ghostbed sheets would be nice and expensive and fun. But yeah, dude, I'm looking at this, and if you're all my Democratic friends are pissed because they're like, this is a guy that's going to suck up the headlines for the next year, which is true. When is this? If it's primary now, maybe the election's this fall. Is it, Bob?
It should be. Yeah.
Should be then, yeah. It usually is for every other thing. So, like, I mean, you're going to look at the next 5 months worth of headlines is all going to be this guy.
It's November.
Yeah. This guy, AOC, and Tim Walz is out there doing speeches. Bernie.
Yeah, we'll see. So the reason I put this story in is because the New York Young Republicans group, or whatever they're fucking called, have cited what's called the Communist Control Act, which would, in principle, and this is true, allow President Trump to revoke Mamdani's citizenship and deport him, or anybody else, frankly, right? So
what's the guys there? Why would you be able to do that?
Dwight Eisenhower, former president, former general, signed the Communist Control Act into law in 1954. In theory, the law outlawed the Communist Party in the United States and banned communists from serving in certain roles, to include the government. It's been rarely enforced and faced legal challenges, but this is the way that it goes. So one of the requirements for naturalization is assimilation into American culture, which we don't require anymore, apparently.
Nope.
But also acceptance of U.S. governance. You're not allowed to come here. You have to, like, this part of the documentation is like, I pledge allegiance to whatever the fuck, right? I can't remember what the exact language on the USCIS forms are, but it's something to that effect. Now, supporting communism is against the law here, technically speaking, especially if you're an immigrant. So according to this act, so getting elected and to spread it, all of these things would be grounds for removal, because communism is it's completely antithetical to our system of government. You cannot come here and foment communism. It's against the law. And if you're a naturalized citizen or a visa holder, it could be demonstrated that you lied on your application, because on your application you have to say, I reject this and I reject that, right? Other forms of government, shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not beholden to anybody else, blah, blah, blah. Now, it probably won't happen.
No.
But if I was the Trump administration, I would try to do this.
I would not, and here's why. You start jailing political opponents, which is what the Democrats tried to do to Trump.
I don't get it. These are not political opponents. These are people invading our country, right? Sedition is a real thing.
I agree
Do
with
not
that.
come here. I think he should be
sign
denaturalized and kicked the fuck out of this country.
Sign the Insurrection Act and do all that shit, but there's no way. And if you did that, it would make that party and that movement, whatever the fuck they're calling this on the Democratic side, more powerful. And I would me personally, I would avoid this, and I would not do that at all.
I absolutely would. We're in the middle of a war right now, right? We're about 10 years behind where the UK is, right? They've had 10 years of a Muslim mayor in London, and look at that fucking place.
Oh, dude, this is going to be London 2.0.
Yeah. So I don't give a fuck what people on the Democratic side think. I don't care what Republicans think either. We're being invaded by fucking people that want to establish a global Muslim caliphate. Fuck them. Kick them the fuck out of here.
I agree. However, this guy was elected by the people of New York.
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Dude.
The law is the law.
But then you're going to have to throw out everybody who voted for this motherfucker then.
No, you don't. No.
Why? If you're going to promote that and have that guy be the leader of your city, get all of them the fuck out of there.
That's like, they're U.S. citizens. It doesn't work that
So
way.
is this guy.
No, he's not.
He's a U.S. citizen.
They're natural U.S. citizens. He is a naturalized U.S. citizen.
Then pass that fucking law. And
the law's passed.
Then if that's the case, then yeah. Then you could, I guess. But I'm telling you, for Republicans, at this point, you're almost going to have to show a test balloon or a fucking city and let it fucking burn, because that's what's going to happen to this. And then say, all right, what do you want to do with these fucking people for the next 10 years after this? We tried it. You saw what happened. Here the fuck it is.
Well, that's not how it works, though, because we're not the EU. Excuse me, we're not Europe. We're not different countries. We're different states. And a guy can immigrate into that shithole in New York City that it's become, or in fucking Dearborn, Michigan, or any of these other fucking places in Minnesota, and then they can go to any other state they want. Right? No law against that.
Nope.
They can fucking bring all of their piece of shit family members over here from their shithole countries, breed for 20 years, and then send those people as a diaspora out through our country and start some shit. We cannot allow that. Every one of these motherfuckers has to go.
When Tulsi Gabbard was on the show, I told her to her face, I would like a 10-year ban on everyone coming in. Everyone across the board. And people, it was, oh man, that's a crazy statement. No, it's not. I'm with you. Get these people the fuck out of our country. But let's take the rest of them who voted like that as well. Or let the goddamn city burn to the ground. And then see if that's really what you want to keep voting for forever. Minnesota with the who's the Somali chick we were talking about earlier?
Illinois.
Yeah, she keeps getting reelected over and over again.
Yeah. Another way we could deal with this is just to give everybody testosterone.
Well, we could, but
I'll go into that story next. We'll skip the crucified one for now and go to that story, but do the first format first.
Yeah, I will. But in my opinion, you're going to have to let this fucking city burn at this point because I don't think Adams can win. I don't think the Republican guy can win.
Oh, Adams is going to win. This dude's not going to win.
I don't think so.
If whatever is on Poly Market, I'm going to bet it because there's no way they will let him win.
If
like the Democratic donor base and the Republican donor base, both. So there's Katsamatis, who's a Republican donor. He owns all the grocery stores in New York. And this guy's coming right after him. He's a billionaire. He's never going to allow this shit.
Hope so. Look, I don't want to see
That's
New
on
York.
the right.
I don't want to. I
well.
understand, but I don't want to see New York burn. Adams is the only one to me that can actually win potentially. So yeah, you better go all in for the next 5 months here, or that city is gone, dude. Gone. Shit, buy some First Form, dude. Load up.
Get that
Supplement
protein
up, dude.
Hey,
Get that protein, dog.
We're in war right now.
We are.
Every time you see a fucking new Muslim pop up in your neighborhood, that's your fucking guy you're going to be fighting 25 years from now.
Yep.
At the latest.
And his
so,
whole fucking family and everything else. So you need some protein in your body, kids. You need everything you could possibly put in there. That protein, god damn it, man. It comes in many different forms, and it's all excellent. Level 1 bars are the best. I had one before I went on Ross Patterson Revolution.
I think I had salted caramel right before this.
I had a hidden strawberry smash, one left on my desk, and I ate it before the show.
Ryan Riggle, I'm going to fucking...
See you in the chat?
I'm going to show up to your house like Liver King showed up to Joe Rogan's house if you don't send me some fucking... strawberry, was it pound cake or some shit? Strawberry smash cake. And the new apple flavor, too. If I don't get those soon, you and I are going to fight.
And Ryan Ringel, send some double XLs for that apparel, because I love their apparel as well. Everything these fucking guys do, man, is a home run. Seeing it in person firsthand was unbelievably impressive. I know I've said this before, but, man, it's awesome to see. Once you see it, and then you taste their products and how great they are, God bless these guys. So you got the level 1 bars. Those are... I think 20 grams a piece of protein. You also got the powder, old school. You got the strawberry. Red Velvet is back. And I believe they got the new oatmeal cookie one that is on there as well. Their energy drinks, you will see these across the nation. They signed a massive deal with Anheuser-Busch. You will see them everywhere very, very soon if you haven't already. I know a bunch of our listeners have been taking pictures and posting them. And they're lights out as well. Huge fan of this company. And then the micro factors. Took them literally right before I went on air. There's like 20 listeners in here. So you know I'm not lying about that. They got the big 6 in them. They got the antioxidants, CoQ10s, multivitamins, fruits and veggies, probiotics, and the EFAs. I'm going to hold the box up right here for you. Little door opens, boom, 30 individual bags. You pop these in your gullet and you're good to go. So no more guesswork and vitamins or buying shit and scraping it into tubes, dude. This will knock it out for you, and then you reorder another box the next month. Let's face it, we all don't eat the way we need to or work out the way we need to. I'm going to Taco Bell tonight, but at least I got the proper vitamins inside of me, so I feel fine. Let's rock, dude. Go to firstform.com/Drinkin Bros today. You're going to get free shipping on orders over $75, and that is First Form spelled with a 1. That is 1STPHORM, firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. You want me to go to the low T one?
Yeah, I'll start it. Democratic men have low testosterone.
Yes.
So a 2021 study of 136 healthy males during the 2011 U.S. presidential election season by administering synthetic testosterone or a placebo to participants who had identified the strength of their political affiliation. Now, before test treatment, they found that weakly affiliated Democrats, so people that are center-left, have 19% higher testosterone than strong Democrats already. So the baseline we already know, right? Then they gave weakly affiliated Democrats additional testosterone, and the strength of their party fell by 12%, and they reported 45% warmer feelings towards Republican candidates for president.
Huh. That's weird.
It's not weird. The results demonstrate that testosterone induces a, quote, red shift among weakly affiliated Democrats. And the baseline also showed that strong Democrats had 19% lower testosterone than center-left Democrats. This effect was also associated with improved mood, as you've experienced as well.
Yep.
No effects were found of testosterone administration for strongly affiliated Democrats or strong or weak Republicans. If you're a strong Democrat, you're hopeless. Even testosterone can't save you. But if you're center left, you can be saved with testosterone, right? And I would add that with very low T, the red shift would take a lot longer. So it's possible that the study just didn't last long enough. It would take 8 to 12 months to really get regulated for that strong Democrat. So there's still hope for you, maybe. Just give it a full year, right? Maybe skip one election, right? And
with that, I don't know about you, but I'm seeing these testosterone articles pop up now more than ever here about the dangers of it. And
remember when working out was far right and eating healthy and having what was the one? If your cupboard was super squared away, that's a sign of white supremacy because you got time to do that. Black women don't have time to do that. They're out in the streets fighting all day. Well, they sometimes are, actually. Somebody made a great video that's going to be on memes on Monday, and it's 2 crackheads fighting with broomsticks, and they turned them into fucking lightsabers. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Me saying that's not going to ruin it for you.
Right.
It's hilarious.
So USA Today, this was 2 days ago. This one popped up in my feed. Here's the headline. I'll just read it right off of here. And Bobby can pull this up. Joe Rogan, young men rave about testosterone supplements. But do they reduce sperm counts?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't take the proper peptides with it.
They do.
HCG is one, right?
Yeah.
You got to take IGF-1. You got to take anastrozole to stop the spike of estrogen that happens afterwards. But yeah, it can happen.
But so these testosterone articles keep popping up in mainstream media over and over and over again as if it's a bad thing, right? And it isn't, man. I mean, it's not like you're taking fucking steroids, for Christ's sakes. You're going to be jacked to the tilt. It's just kind of leveling you out for where you should have been. And I don't get it, man.
I mean, for the most part, there's some dudes that are aligned to the more effeminate side, I guess. And I don't mean gay. I just mean like some dudes are more sensitive, emotional than other dudes are. But like 90% of dudes should be Republicans. It's ridiculous that they're not. It's a symptom of low testosterone that they're not, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if you go and look, just Google testosterone and all these articles, man, it's, they're making fun of George Kittle and everybody else, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, man. Like that's what I want. Like, shit, I hope my kid is fucking George Kittle.
I hope my kid
is fucking Joe Rogan.
I want my kid to be Derek Wolfe, and I want him to come out that size. Sorry, honey. Sorry that it's got. I mean, look. I don't. The baby doesn't come out of my butt, so maybe I should be careful what I say.
Right.
But I want it to have the hair.
Good luck. Good luck, dude.
He's got some hair.
Yeah, Derek. Yeah, Derek's got great hair.
Yeah, he's a real Viking. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. But if you're out there and you're feeling like maybe some of these Democrats are starting to make sense, go ahead and get a shot.
Yeah, that's it.
Just look into it.
That's it. And it's also for like your mental health too, man. I mean, it really fucking affects you.
Oh, you saw those latest the latest research that came out, like. The majority is like 65% of right-leaning people say that they're happy, and it's like 30%, 34%, I think, of left-leaning people say they're happy. That's a problem, man. That's not great. And part of it is probably hormones. Part of it is just the way you see the world. And we're going to have, like, I want there to be left-wing people because it balances things out. Mm-hmm. That's the way it's supposed to be. If we had all right-wing people, it would just be retarded nonsense all the time.
Yeah, but like you look at this shit, and again, we'll go back to the Mom Donnie shit and like the people afterwards and all that other stuff. Like that ain't it. That's not the. I hope that's not genuinely 50% of America.
No, well, he only got 9% of the vote of the total people, right?
Right. But it was still the highest turnout there, and
it's they don't. It's like, man, if you're I live in an unincorporated area, so it doesn't matter for me. But if I lived in Austin proper, I would probably care who the mayor is a little bit.
I care.
Like a little. It affects me to some degree, I guess. But this is still Texas. But if you live in New York City, the biggest city in the goddamn fucking country, You better make sure that guy's competent. Because look at the difference between Giuliani and Bloomberg and fucking de Blasio and Adams.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. It's not even close.
No. And
like in a city that big, you need to have really good leadership.
And truthfully, like, I'm as far from a Democrat you could possibly get. Cuomo would have been fine. I don't care that he killed a bunch of grandmothers or whatever it was. Like, versus Namdani, yes, give me Cuomo all fucking day long.
They'll get him back in hell.
Who do you think, the grandmothers?
Oh, yeah.
They're not. They're up there.
No, they're in hell.
They're not looking.
Have you
they're not
talked
looking up at us.
Have you talked to any of these grandmas?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I seen my grandmother in my dreams the other night.
Your grandma might be up there, but the ones from New York?
She was wearing a squirrel suit.
Like,
jumping off a mountain, man. She was going like 135 in this squirrel suit, my grandmother. She was 84 years old. R.I.P., Grandma. Lost her to that second COVID shot. That's what happened, dude. True story. Now, people are laughing about my dead grandmother in a squirrel suit. That's fucked up back there. I can hear you, dude. I can hear you. All right? Maybe we shouldn't let the listeners in all the time. Jesus Christ, man. That's my grandmother. She always wanted to wear a squirrel suit and fly, okay? Fuck you guys.
Well, now there's no risk.
No. Because what is it? She's going to hit the mountain again? She's going to die twice? No, she's not. All right, this one's for the ladies then who are giggling back there. Our next sponsor is AdamandEve.com, largest online sex store in America. Oh, now you're turning away. Now the ladies are turning away. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. If you haven't been here, and I don't think that I've met you guys, Bob has a bull for his wife. Every week, he has a special sex toy that he is looking to buy from AdamandEve.com for his wife. Bob, what are you looking at this week for you and your wife on Adam and Eve?
Ross, this week we're looking at the Creature Cox Mystique Unicorn Dildo.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's the horn. That's the unicorn horn.
They rounded it off at the end, though, so nobody gets hurt, obviously.
Yeah, but if you ever wanted to know what it felt like to sit on a unicorn's face, now's your chance.
Is it weird that I have?
Yeah, we all have.
It's one of those things. It's like, is it going to rip? Is it going to tear? Or is it just going to kind of dissipate?
You don't want to go Mr. Hands.
No, right? I don't.
No, no one should be doing that with a unicorn. I mean, it's a different story. But this is just the horn. It's fun. I mean, the magic.
Magical properties, right? I mean, allegedly, that's where the magical properties come from for unicorns.
It's the horn. It's right there.
So,
yeah.
Go ahead and jot that down.
Yeah, read the rest of that, Bob. What do they say here about this thing?
They paint a beautiful picture that I'll give to you now.
Thank you.
What's that light in the mystical forest glade? Could it be a unicorn? It is. And now you can live out your wildest, kinkiest, horniest fantasies.
Beautiful.
See what they did there?
Yeah.
I think ChatGPT fucking wrote that.
No, they didn't. That's a pun that they still don't really get humor on ChatGPT, so continue, Bob.
It has a unique spiral texture that will thrill you with every deep thrust and a tip that starts out at a satisfyingly big 1.5 inches. I think tip width is always a problem with these things.
Yep.
People don't nail it really a lot of times.
Agree.
So I like that they put some attention there.
To the tip width, yeah.
Yeah, to tip width, yeah. Big problem in the dildo
community.
industry. Yeah.
Well, it's a community.
It is both, yeah, certainly. It gets all the way to a whopping 2.4 inches thick at the base. It's got a suction cup.
Great girth.
So you can use it in the shower. Take a galloping ride you'll never forget. It's 8.3 inches long.
Wow, great size there. I'm an Ocho myself.
Made of silicone. And
beautiful.
You better believe it's got reviews.
That's a lot of reviews. Do you care to read one of those?
Yeah, this thing is so nice. It is soft yet firm. Oh my. Anyhow, the size. The girth is 5 inches to 7 3/4. So the deeper you go, the larger it is. You can insert up to 7 1/4 inches. This thing feels so good as it slides in and out. Oh, and the suction cup really is the best. I have seen it yet. Seriously, like nothing worse than getting all excited and having the thing come up off the floor. LOL.
Yeah, I agree. If that suction cup moves from the dildo there, things get wonky.
It's just a hassle.
You lose your rhythm, dude,
Yeah.
and it's not great. But the reviews on this seem delightful. Delightful. Ladies back there, huh? Unicorn dildo, yes or no? What do you? Well, yes. We got one thumb up. Let's see another one. Survey says.
She's pecking him with the other one.
Come on, survey. Where's your hands?
It's a
Is she missing a hand? Shit. Is she a fucking amputee? I can't see it for that far back.
She says 8 inches isn't enough.
8 inches isn't enough. Oh. All right. I see what's happening here. Yep. She only takes blacks. That's fine.
Her boyfriend has a piece on him, I guess.
Really? Oh, is that? You're the dude with the fucking hog on him? Proud of you.
Look at the hog on that, man.
There you go. Yeah. Give him a round of applause for that hog real quick. Cheers, man. Cheers to you and your hog. She seems very satisfied. I mean, she started looking out the window like fucking Santa was coming. Did you see that? Like, she was real goddamn excited. So if you want better sex, you want to start doing this immediately, guess what? They got real fast lightning shipping over here. Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just about every single item, plus free shipping, which includes the rush processing. More than that, Adam and Eve wants to make your life easy. They offer discreet shipping as your privacy is a priority over there, plus 100% free shipping with rush processing on your entire order. Doesn't matter how much you spend or what you buy, all will be packaged and sent discreetly, free and fast. Don't wait. Better sex is just a click away. It's 50% off one item with free rush processing. All you got to do is enter the promo code DRINKING at checkout. That is DRINKING, DRINKING at adamandeve.com. This offer is exclusive to this podcast. So let's say you got some friends who don't listen to the show. Now you can say, look, man, that fucking dildo I jammed into you 2 days ago, you know what, man? I got that at fucking Drinkin Bros, man. I was listening to the show the other day, and I bought that unicorn dildo. Pop this up one more time here. This is a specific picture. Look at this happy lady. She's showing the reverse angle of that. Are we allowed to? Looks like an ice cream. Go. Okay, well, we'll find out. Find out later if they delete the video. Spotify ain't going to delete it. All our shit's on Spotify, too. Look at the box it comes in. My God. Looks like a bomb pop on a hot fucking July day. That looks delightful. That dildo. I probably talked about dildos too much here. Whatever, man. Sometimes I got to stop myself. I want to see a Brad Pitt movie tonight. Okay? Next up, Crucified. Boy, this story is fucking gnarly, man.
Yeah, it's rough.
We talked about this on RPR today, and God damn, this was a brutal one. A suspect accused by police of crucifying an elderly pastor in his Arizona home has given a chilling jailhouse interview confessing to his alleged crimes and revealing a hit list of other targets across the country he reportedly planned to murder before he was caught. Adam Christopher Sheaf, it's a fun name, 51, confessed to killing 76-year-old William Schonenman, whose body was found in his bed covered in blood, with his hands nailed to the wall like Christ. This was on April 28th. During an interview with Fox 10 News at the sheriff's office where he's being held, that's where he admitted killing this pastor from New River. So he was a pastor. This was a religious thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Do we have the interview? Is it up yet? I know we talked about this earlier.
I haven't seen it, yeah. I mean, he was like, I'm not anti-Christian. I'm just trying to get at people who were lead them astray. Which is, I mean, look, that's a way
to do it, I guess.
Yeah, that's a position, I guess. Odd that he would pick random small-time pastors in his area and not, mega church people.
Right, like Osteen or somebody.
Yeah. Not that I'm saying anybody should do that.
No.
Osteen will
By
go
all
to hell,
means, yeah.
and he'll have to suffer there. But it's like this is just a crazy person, right? I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't know. Pop this on, Bob. What is this chick saying?
I think this is part of the interview, but yeah. So
this is an Arizona newscaster for sure. Let's go.
Led into the room in shackles, Adam Christopher Sheaf admitted to murder.
Did you kill Pastor Bill Schneemann?
Yes.
He justified his actions with religion, citing his twisted belief that Christian pastors are leading people into a false path by following Jesus. He said Pastor Bill was the first in a plot he called Operation First Commandment, aimed at killing and then crucifying 14 Christian leaders across the country. He admitted that he was about to kill 2 priests at the Chapel of the Holy Cross in Sedona before he was arrested by police.
the day that I was going to execute that priest, I tried getting into the back of his car, and there was like an older lady that was on like a small little bicycle that got into my way, and I was just going to get into the back seat and tell him to drive to his house.
I asked if Adam was ever victimized by anyone in the Christian faith. He said no. He said his family is Christian and that he had a good childhood. He denied being mentally unwell.
But Pastor Bill, speaking to people who knew and loved him, his family, he helped people get back on the right track in this world. He helped a woman who was living out of her car go into a house and get her life back on track. Do you think what you took was precious or valuable in any way?
Adam answered that question with a religious tangent. He said he was not sorry for what he did.
Will I apologize for my actions? Absolutely not.
Holy shit. God damn. So we didn't have that interview earlier on this morning's show. It's almost wild that they let a local news reporter in there to interview this guy. Like, that's fucking wild to me.
Yeah. It's not great.
No. And Homegirl was just right out of Arizona State there. Just, that's her first assignments. What am I doing today? So there was this old pastor, about 78 years old, who was nailed to his wall like Christ and then bled to death. You want to go interview that killer? Sure. Yeah, I'll be there. Great.
Yeah. Maybe they sent her down from corporate.
Fucking A, dude. This is a wild story. What's the tattoo on his neck again? What does that mean?
That's Hebrew. I don't know what it means, but that's Hebrew.
Do you know what that means, Bob? No. Okay. It would be funny. I like if it said like live, laugh, love. That would be a fun thing. But
it's called. I think his religion, if I remember, is called Noahidism.
Okay.
I think is what it's called.
What the fuck is that?
I'd have to look it up. I haven't. It's been 20 years since I went to school for this shit. It's been 20 something. How old am I? 22, 23 years. Noahidism is, Bobby, you look it up. I think is what it's called. Noah.
Like the Ark?
Noahidism or something like that. I can't remember. Is it Noahidism?
Yeah.
Okay.
And read it off, Bob. What's the
so
definition?
Basically, it's like you follow the 7 tenets of Noah or some shit like that.
Oh, like the movie set.
But you're not. Yeah. But you're not. You're not Jewish, but it's kind of a practice where non-Jews can pretend to be Jews, basically. It's a bunch of lunatics. Kind of the same as like the black Israelite bullshit.
Okay.
They just kind of made it up. It's not. It's the 7 laws of Noah, which is don't steal, don't kill, don't lie, don't commit sexual immorality, I think is one of them.
Yeah.
I don't remember what
What's in the box?
Do not eat flesh torn from a living animal.
What's in the box?
Wait, do people eat flesh torn from living animals?
I think that just means don't eat meat. To be honest.
Oh, an animal that was alive at some point.
Yeah. I mean, they're all alive at some point.
I mean, he is kind of skinny, so that would explain that. I
Don't
guess.
worship idols. Don't curse God. Do not murder. Which,
fuck. Don't worship idols.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I loved Kelly Clarkson, man.
I don't
When she won season 1 of American Idol,
Well,
I was all in.
Ruben stuttered, obviously, but whatever.
R.I.P. Wait, is he dead?
I don't know. I mean, he probably at least footless at this point, to be honest. So I don't remember what he said. I listened to or I read some more about this guy earlier today, and something he said made me think of this. And the Hebrew on his neck was like, and then it was something he said about the pastors leading people astray. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think that's what it is. There'll probably be a doc on this guy at some point, to be honest, because that's all Netflix does anymore.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Look, and I'll watch the goddamn thing. Fuck. That's insane, dude. Good for Homegirl for getting in there, though.
Yeah.
Shit. Way to go, Becky from Arizona State or whatever your name is. Nice job. Next up, Stephen Miller. Bueller. The White House Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, known for shaping the Trump administration's stringent immigration policies, reportedly owns a significant amount of stock in ICE contractor, is it Palantir? Palantir Technologies.
That's Peter Thiel's organization.
Oh, gotcha.
They make some of our intelligence software.
Yes. Miller's financial disclosures reportedly indicate that he holds up to $250,000 worth of shares in Palantir, a company that plays a crucial role in the operations of the U.S. immigration officials. The investment is held in a brokerage account belonging to one of Miller's children, raising concerns about the potential conflicts of interest. The financial filings were obtained by the watchdog group Project on Government Oversight. which revealed the revisions as recent as June 4th. Since the Obama era, Palantir's technology has enabled ICE to consolidate data sources to more effectively identify immigrants and arrest and deport them, with ICE calling its services mission critical. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I like Palantir software. But I also know that Republicans were really hoping that right-wing people weren't going to call this out.
Okay.
Because I'm sure I'll get a call this weekend about this.
Yeah.
But this is completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If we're going to say it about Crenshaw and all these other guys, the same has got to be for this as well.
The chief of staff is basically co-president and has sweeping authority in all sorts of matters, and this is her deputy, right? Stephen Miller is one of the most powerful people in this country.
Yep.
And right now, the U.S. government in multiple agencies is trying to field Palantir specifically, right? And that $250,000 in shares that he has is going to be worth millions of dollars should they get these contracts.
Yeah.
This is completely unacceptable. He needs to either sell his position right now or quit his job. Otherwise, like, this guy's going down in history as one of the bigger pieces of shit. This is a Pelosi-level corruption.
Yeah, and so here's the thing, and this is because I'm sure we'll get a call from the White House, but I like Stephen Miller. I think he's excellent at his job. He's very smart. Something like this, with the message and everything you're doing and trying to do Trump's agenda and all that shit, doesn't look great. And what the fuck? Like, at this point, it's $250,000. Fuck off. You're going to be rich for the rest of your life. Take this off your record, sell these shares, and get it out of there. Or just tell your fucking kids in a private conversation at Thanksgiving, here's what you should buy or something like that. But it cannot be in your name.
It's in his, underage child's name.
I know.
And trust.
And that should not be...
Come on, man.
I know.
Like, that's everybody that's hearing me say that knows exactly what that means.
If you're rich, yes, and you understand what a trust is. It's what everybody does. So you got to get rid of this. I'm with you, because we can't call out Pelosi and these fuckers and Crenshaw and everybody else on a daily basis and not lump Stephen Miller in the same category for this. Like, sorry, dude. It's balls and strikes on here. Again, I'm sure we'll get a call, but it is what it is, man. Like, no, you can't do that, because eventually it will influence your decision. It is your money, and that's what it is. If I'm at a fucking restaurant tonight and they're serving hard AF seltzer or White Claw, I'm going to drink my own fucking product. Same with this. If this contract is up against another company's contract, this one's getting the fucking money.
Well, that's a big part of the problem too, is that, in my opinion, as far as intelligence analysis goes, Palantir doesn't really have a competitor. IBM and Microsoft do stuff, SAP does stuff, CrowdStrike, so on and so forth. There's a lot of companies that dabble and with data aggregation and sorting and blah, blah, blah analysis and stuff like that. Palantir has been the best for a long time, in my opinion. So that's the thing that irritates me. Stephen Miller is very competent at his job. Palantir doesn't need him to get these contracts.
No.
But it's going to look like they did.
Yep.
Right? It's fucking stupid.
It's just bad optics. So just sell it, move on with your life, and especially before they make this decision that you're talking about of who these contracts are going to. Just get rid of it, dude. It's $250,000 for a guy like you. It doesn't mean shit. If it was some slapdick on a podcast, yes, $250,000 would matter. But no, for this, just get rid of the fucking stock and move on with your life, dude. Don't let this drag the rest of all the good you're doing down. Last but not least here today, let's see that dick. Yeah.
This is my favorite story of the week.
Yeah.
It's
Go ahead, fire away.
It's really weird. So the prime minister of Armenia, who gave us the Kardashians, you know what I mean? And what's that dude's name?
God bless him.
Serge from System of a Down, I think is Armenian.
Okay.
So, like, 1 for 2
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
I guess, has vowed to prove his faith by dropping trowel to the head of the church.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Are they uncirced or circed?
They got to be circed, I would imagine. They're probably Orthodox.
So do you have to show that dick and show that you're circed?
I don't think you normally have to. So nickel Pashinyan, or whatever his name is, was challenged to prove his member is uncircumcised. So it's uncircumcised.
Oh, uncircumcised.
Yeah. And a bitter feud played out over social media. An Armenian priest accused him of being snipped on Monday, implying that he was not Christian in the deeply religious West Asian country. The priest, I don't know if they're implying he's Jewish or something. The priest, Father Zera Asheron, said, I believe that our apostolic holy church must immediately cleanse itself of these false believers who are traitors to the nation, have dishonored the memory of our ancestors, broken the law of baptism, and replaced the seal of the Holy Cross with the sign of circumcision. That all sounds like he doesn't like Jews, to be honest. This enraged the country's leader, who shot back with a fiery Facebook post. Is Armenia just full of boomers? Who the hell's using Facebook for messaging anymore?
I don't know.
Maybe they're 20 years behind
But
us.
did he pull out his dick?
Well, he's going to, I guess. So
fuck yeah, dude.
He suggests he would be willing to show his penis to the church's supreme leader. He addressed Karakin, the supreme leader, Karakin II, by his birth name, K-T-R-I-J. That's not a real word.
It's not.
And then the last name is also stupid. So
change it.
Become a real country. Start using real words. Saying he was, quote, ready to accept the guy and his spokesperson, Father Asheron, and prove the opposite about being circumcised. Pashinyan, whatever his name is, also shot back at the church's leader, asking, and let him finally answer the question of whether he has broken his vow of celibacy or not. Does he have a child or not? So apparently there's a bastard running around as well.
Whoa.
This is a fucking soap opera.
With an uncert cock?
It's all dudes.
Yeah.
It's all dudes.
Interesting.
Dicks, bastards.
Sure.
They added, the church responded saying that his language was unbecoming of a statesman. They didn't address the veracity of the claim, obviously, just that his language was unbecoming.
Whatever, dude. Show that hog, brother.
And they added that political motives drive this anti-church and represent an attempt to erode the standing of the Armenian church and its clergy. On Wednesday, Pashinyan said, posted saying law enforcement had prevented a large and sinister plan by the criminal oligarchic clergy to destabilize the republic. So now this guy's using the local cops against these guys.
Okay.
So this could get fun, is all I'm saying. But I'm going to need to see his dick as well.
I'm going to need to see that dick,
Yeah.
1. 2, if he just recently got circed, so that way, you know, when this heals up in a couple weeks, he can show a picture of it to prove also. At that age, and Bob, pop this guy up on screen one more time.
I mean, he's in his 60s probably. Right?
Yeah, that's a lot of skin there. That's not a baby circ at all, dude. That's a fucking full circus tent, brother. It's a lot of skin you're removing there, and you can go ahead and send Shouty down my way. I want to put it in a fucking jar on set with some formaldehyde.
Well, as old
I'll
as
keep
he
it
is.
right up there, dude.
As old as he
right
is,
up there.
you might be able to make a pair of gloves out of it.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some isotoners, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You got to tan them.
You do got to tan them, dude.
You know,
But
to protect them from the weather.
But first, let's see that dick. Second, if you got that skin, send it in, dude. Don't put it in the mail. It's hot here in Texas. It's going to dry out. I don't want it to be like when your kids bring leaves home. And they're like, oh, man, I want to keep this leaf from autumn. And it's like, dude, this is going to dry out in like 10 minutes. So please, just be respectful. Put it in some formaldehyde. Mason jar is fine. And then send it to the studio here in Austin, Texas. Love to have that thing on set, okay? Very proud of you and everything you guys are doing over there. All right. Now's the point of the show. We get to the Drinkin Bro of the week. You can submit on drinkinbros.com. I think we just got some new shirts, right?
We got a couple, yeah.
Yeah, what do we got here?
We've got the Toby Keith shirt for 4th of July.
Man, look at that. Look.
Put a boot in your ass.
That's the American way.
But I refuse to fight myself. Obviously.
Well, Toby was going through something. I think he had asthma, right? He had one flat foot.
Somebody hurt his feelings, I think. I don't remember.
Toby wanted to fight really bad, dude. But, you know, other circumstances took him out. But he's watching us from up there because, yes, Toby Keith is up there. And he's singing Down in America here. We also have Operation Midnight Hammer. Those shirts are out now as well. And let's face it, this could be the mission that changed the world. You've got to have a T-shirt for it, and then the coolers, great. So these were in the Bro boxes earlier in the year. This 18-can cooler, it's my fucking favorite. I use it everywhere I go, and there was some extras left over, so we're throwing them up. There's not many left, So buy them, and highly recommend it. Shit, I take it everywhere I go. I love these goddamn things, and I'm a gigantic fan. Bro Box is out. Got some fucking huge items coming your way. I saw the one for next month, by the way. Big fan.
What?
I'm not going to say what it is.
The item?
Yeah, the item. It's awesome.
Did you see my shirt?
I have not. I haven't checked my phone, but I saw the other one before I went on air earlier here. Also, you can submit on the Drinkin Bros app. It is free. It is up right now, and it is available on iPhone and Android. That's it. We pay for it in the back end. And it's mostly because you can put everything in one spot. So you can listen to all the podcasts there. Also, like everything. Like even the second they go live, boom, they're on the app. Also, there is a wall the same way as Facebook was built. In case you don't remember, Jared Taylor is the one who set up this group originally on Facebook. We had a main page with over, I think, 150,000 people that were on there before Zuck shut the whole fucking thing down. So we set up our own personal Facebook wall where you can post all day long. And holy shit, man. A lot of nudes with people's wives.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's great. Good, but good for them. They're proud of their wives. Yeah. They're doing this thing called Titty Tuesday on there. That's fun. And the app people love it, by the way. Shout out to Nico on there. He's like, dude, your audience is awesome and wild. But we just crossed, I think, 20,000 downloads on that app. So, yeah, dude, it's fun, and you can do what the fuck you want in there. And it's got video now, 30-second video, which is dangerous. But if you're in the studio, we'd love to have your smiling face on air. Who would like to come up first for Drinkin Bro of the week? Who was here early? Who with the pinata? Yes, sir, you with the pinata, dude. This was awesome. Let's give him the play-in music, shall we? There it is. You gonna blast this fool or what, Holmes? Yeah, dude. I love it. Put that about an inch from your face, sir. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, ¿y usted, Ross?
¿Y tú? Oh, yeah.
I knew you passed English, Spanish 101.
Yeah, I did. I crushed all of it. The problem was, I was so smart as a child that I tested out of it, and I lost it years and years and years ago.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm not kidding. I don't think I took it past 9th grade, I don't believe.
I'll be completely honest with you.
Do you speak Spanish?
I do, but I don't know how to write it.
Oh.
So when I'm typing emails to my Spanish clients, I use Google Translate.
So when you want to ask a question, how many question marks?
There's one at the beginning and one at the end.
The one at the beginning is upside down.
Yes.
So there you have it. There you have it. I still remember a little bit. Welcome to the show. Your wife is here with you, or does she leave you after the show?
She's here, but she works for Hot Wheels, so she can't come on the air.
The brand Hot Wheels?
No, the governor.
Oh,
yeah.
Abbott?
Yeah.
Wheelchair. She works for Wheelchair? No shit. Okay,
Well, one of the departments under the state. So
is she the one with the pump who's got to pump up the tires?
Oh,
when
no,
they get low?
No.
On the wheelchair?
No, they actually have cement in them now, so you don't need to
Is
inflate
that
them.
real?
Yeah.
God damn, dude, my wheelchair knowledge sucks. I gotta go to a class or something.
You do.
I wonder if Hillsdale's offering shit like that. We'll find out. But anyways, she'd never listened to the show, it seemed like, or she seemed really shocked earlier.
She listened
with
to
Ross Patterson Revolution.
She listened to clips here and there while we're in my truck, while I'm listening to while I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
Never listened to a whole episode until this morning. Yeah. Sunday when we're driving up to San Antonio.
Okay.
For a conference, I was listening to the Friday episode, and
What
was
did
just,
she say?
"Oh my god!"
Yeah.
A little bit of laughter, and then, "Oh my god!"
I know.
And then a little bit of laughter, and that was it.
Okay.
So
understood. What was that? Was that the next door one? Did we do the next door one on Friday?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, I wonder if it did well.
And then when you
really
showed that video on RPR,
holy shit! So all right. Is she back there? Can she hear me?
Yes.
You don't have to show your face or anything. Here's the honest, full disclosure on that. I purposely don't watch the videos so that way I'll enjoy the surprise along with the audience there. So I don't see that either, and I was just as shocked as you were. I almost threw up on that video. It's on Patreon, Ross Patterson Revolution Patreon. Jesus Christ. Because that's the only place we can show that shit.
Yeah. No,
Have you ever seen a body hit that way? Like just break both legs in half and ankles?
about 10 years ago, I saw a video.
Okay.
A guy it was in the Middle East. Guy was jumping off the edge of a building into water.
All right.
Hits the edge of the boardwalk.
Oh, no.
I shit you not, his face split in four.
No fucking
And in the
way.
video, the doctor that's treating him.
He's still alive?
I don't know if he survived or not.
All right.
But in the video, the doctor literally puts the head back together, like the face back together. Like I was like, oh yeah. I'm glad I no longer have access to that email.
Yeah. Same here. I'm sure Bob will find it though at some points. What is your name, by the way?
My name's Oscar.
Oscar.
Yes.
And who do you want to give Drinkin Bro of the Week to, Oscar?
To my 2 business partners. Well, my girl, if you don't mind me.
Oh, she rocks. Oh, fire away. I don't give a shit.
My girl, love her.
We work for you guys, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
For real. So go ahead.
My girl, I love her. She actually was looking for Drinkin Bros tickets for like 3 months, not knowing that we can just walk into the studio.
Oh, for free?
Yeah. So she was like online looking for tickets, trying to find tickets to the Drinkin Bro studio.
Yeah, it's free. You get free booze. You get merch when you come in here, all the fun stuff.
And one day she's like, I'm sorry, I fucked up your birthday. I couldn't find tickets to Drinkin Bros. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's free.
There's no tickets. Yeah. So she's like,
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can go anytime we're up there then.
That's awesome.
My 2 business partners.
She's awesome, by the way.
She is.
How long have you been together?
4 years now.
You know what I'm going to ask you then?
So we just moved.
Why aren't you married?
We just moved in together.
Okay, great.
Okay, yeah,
great.
So step 1.
Because she's awesome. She's lovely and nice job.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, Drinkin Bro of the Week to my 2 business partners, to be honest.
What is your business?
Olympia Insurance. We do commercial insurance, a little bit of personal, but for the most part, commercial here in the state of Texas.
Okay, so like commercial buildings like this?
Yeah, commercial buildings, contractors, transportation. Those are pretty much our niche markets there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So,
cool, man.
Yeah,
how's business going?
It's getting better.
Good.
It's getting better. Property rates are starting to level out in Texas.
The Fed has got to drop the rates. Jerome Powell, that guy, just chuck him in the ocean, man. They need to fucking drop the interest rates for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Interest rates need to come down. Obviously, insurance rates aren't based off interest rates. They're actually based off credit, things like that. Your driving history, your
for
claim
insurance.
system. Yeah, for insurance.
For insurance.
So,
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
so if you don't want high interest rates, keep track of your credit score.
Yeah, I do. It's just I read an email today because we're running out of we're selling out everywhere for hard AF seltzer, so I'm just constantly involved in loans and investors and everything else. This woman literally replied to me before we went on air, and she goes, "Man, so what's a podcast? Are you in a garage or?" I'm not kidding. And she was like, I don't know what. And I'm like, oh my God, lady.
I think you need to invite her over for a Crime Corner softcore history episode.
Come to the goddamn. I don't get it. I don't.
She might.
And also I go, we own it. We own all the shit. So fuck off.
She might.
But they don't. Still, we get that to this day.
But she might get scared with RPR if you show a video like today, or with Drinkin Bros.
Guy, whatever. Look at the ratings. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Just give us the fucking money.
But you don't want to scare them away. You might want to invite them to Softcore History or Crime Corner.
Get them off. Yeah.
Start a little PG-13. Yeah, ease them in.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I understand that. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here. Also, thank you for the pinata. Cut to the wide real quick, Delco. We're going to leave this here on the set. This looks great. I'm a big fan of this. So we're going to, this will be a part of our set going forward.
Awesome. Glad y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you. You drinking the hard ass?
Yeah.
What do you think? Oh, watermelon.
No, they're amazing. I've been having it. I'm on the border down in McAllen.
Okay.
I've been having a hard time finding them down there.
Well, that's a drive, man.
Yes,
so Ryan Mills, I love him, and he's our Texas rep, but that is fucking far, dude.
It is.
It is, yeah.
But
so we're working on it, but it's a drive. It's a hike.
No.
How far is that from here?
About 4 hours. From Austin, about 4.5, 5 hours.
Yeah, it's a while. So I feel like a lot of these are 5 hour in each direction, and then Jesus Christ, let alone if you keep going to West Texas.
Yeah, no, that's a whole other shit show. And then there's nothing out there.
States, yeah, I know it's wild. Yeah. Wow, thank you for being here. Who else is back there that wants to come up? Thank you, Oscar, for real. Who else wants to come up? There was one more guy. Who was it? Come on up. Yeah, fire away. Oh, is he? I think he was waiting for the music. All right, yeah, music's on. You're good. Not that that matters, too. I mean, if you want, I'll play whatever music.
Oh, no. We're good.
What do you fuck to? I'll play that music.
I don't know.
Do you fuck to music?
Do we?
Do you?
Do we as a whole?
I think it's a 50-50 split in America of people who actually fuck to music and put it on versus, non, you know?
Yeah,
I don't need music. I don't need music to fuck to, you know? Probably a little bit too much information about me, but you know, I'm 4 or 5 deep today,
Yeah,
so
I got
whatever.
you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like 11 deep.
Have you had 11?
Almost.
Okay. The record is, you know, the record is right.
13.
14. So 14 is the record. So
Yeah.
if you're at 11, you only got.
Well, I have
4
plans
more
tomorrow,
to go.
so
I've got plans tomorrow.
Yeah.
Smart. Put that about an inch from your face. Tell everybody your name.
Zach from Alaska.
Right on. You're from Alaska. That's right. You were asking me earlier if we were going to get hard AF in Alaska.
Yeah.
It's a hard no on that one. That freight
I
and
got
shipping
you.
is too expensive.
Looking
You'd be
to,
paying like $90
Odom
for a 12 pack.
Corporation. Odom Corporation.
Odom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Odom.
How many people live in Alaska?
Less than 800,000.
Okay.
But we have high rates of abuse of alcoholism.
Fuck yeah, you
so-
do. Because it's all criminals and shit.
I mean, dude, if
Looking
you want to
escape
go off
America.
making profit, I mean, high
look.
abuse of
I'll
alcoholism.
fucking split a 12 pack in an igloo with you.
Yeah,
you know?
sure. Why not? Well, it'd actually
wigwam?
be a yeah, something like that. But my Drinkin Bro wanted to go out to my buddy Harley, his sister Chantrell. Their dad Dave went missing almost 2 weeks ago
In Alaska?
Yeah, he was out kayaking.
This is the plot of True Detective right now, the last season. You know that, right?
No, I don't. I don't.
They're
I don't
in Alaska,
pay
bro. And everybody goes missing up there, apparently.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I don't really watch. I'm kind of a Luddite, believe it or not.
That's fine.
For watching this show. This is the only connection I have to the world. But I just want to extend my Drinkin Bro to Harley, Chantrell, Meyer. Their dad, David Meyer, went out missing on a kayak.
Okay.
And then about a week later, their good friend, Ryan Conrad, passed away about a week ago. So it's been kind of deep for them. I mean, I haven't really been close to them for years, but I extend my condolences to them. And, you know, I have my good friends, Alex, Brennan, you know, Kelly, Cameron, all them up there in Alaska. I don't think they listen to this show. They're not in tune to politics like I am.
That's fine.
But, you know.
We do non-political shows there, too, as well.
Yeah, well, I don't think they pay attention to that
being
shit
on,
either.
and I'll tell you this, being on daily, you try to keep up with current events. And unfortunately, a lot of it is politics on a daily basis. Like, it never used to be like that.
Check out, yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, it never used to be like that.
Yeah.
And it all changed once Trump ran in 2015. But before that, nobody really talked about politics that much. Obama, maybe towards the second term after Obamacare passed and shit. But
That's
before that,
Yeah.
nobody said anything. And, like, it was weird. Like, as a nation, like, take Bush, for example.
Yeah.
We all agreed that he fucking sucked and dragged us into a fucking war that we shouldn't have been in. So, like, I still feel like as Americans, we were like, all right, well, fuck that guy. But now it's a whole different ballgame. So,
yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for your support. I see
no
you're
problem.
wearing the These Colors Don't Run shirt.
yeah. I've been a
Can
listener.
you give that to Greg Abbott and have him wear it? That would be the best.
Yeah, hopefully. I
Please.
mean, shit.
Can you do that? It would be it would be fun for him and us. We'd have a good chuckle.
I've
out
been
of
a
it.
listener since the election, you know.
Which one?
The stolen one.
Oh, yeah. Nailed it. 2020. There you go.
Gotcha.
There you go. I appreciate it, dude.
All right, have a good one,
Cheers to you. Thanks for coming on, dude. We appreciate it. Anybody else? There you go. I knew it, dude. University of Iowa. You're in shape. You're a fit man, dude.
Dude, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm admiring
You look great, dude. You look
Watch
great.
me. Hey, I try.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give it a
Put that about an inch from your face, friend.
All right, got to make love to it a little bit.
Yeah. Look, I do every day. With Iowa, you got the shirt on, so it does exist.
It is there.
It is there, yes. And do you live there
hideout.
currently?
Sure do. Just outside Iowa City. Yeah.
So I said this a few years ago, and I forget how long it's been now. I want to say maybe 22. When was the Field of Dreams game? 22? I took my dad to. Either way, it was my first time to Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved it. I thought it was beautiful up there. And I think it's a place, though, don't take this the wrong way. I think you've got to bring a wife with you because the talent there isn't great.
It depends on where you go.
Really?
Funny, though, the Field of Dream.
Yes.
My wife's sitting back there.
The game?
Her cousins, actually, they were going to film it on their farm. Farmers are very,
The game itself?
The movie. Kevin Costner going back. Yeah.
Oh, shit. They were going to film the movie on their farm?
For sure. They turned it down.
No way.
Yep. Not knowing it was going to be what it is today.
Wow, dude. So when I went, do you know that it's still up?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
So when they put the field up, it was the Yankees, White Sox. When they put the field up there, you had the corn in the background and everything else, and then behind it was the actual house and the actual farm from the movie, and that was all lit up in the background. And I don't think they really showed it on TV, but the house still exists. They let us walk in and do it. I think the interview I did that day was with the dad. Yeah, you want to have a catch with your dad, and it was Dwyer Brown.
Yankees,
White Sox, yeah. And then I interviewed Dwyer Brown on the show. He was fucking great. And then I took my dad. To this day, no lie, that is the greatest sporting event I've ever attended in my entire life.
Awesome.
It was all fathers and sons. It was only maybe 4,000 seats in there. You walked through the cornfields to your seats. And then it was players dressed up in those old White Sox jerseys. And they walked you to your seats and everything else. And then also, they didn't show you this on TV, but in left field and right field, there was gigantic movie screens. And so as soon as the inning ended, for people at home, it went to commercials. For us, it went to scenes from the movie.
Awesome.
So, I mean, it was just, and then at the end of it, when Homeboy hit a home run, a walk-off home run, because it was one of the best baseball games I've ever been to my entire life. Judge had hit one out. They were up by 1, and then I forget the guy's name who hit the 2-run home run to win it, but like fireworks went off. Tim Anderson, that's it. Not a fucking dry eye in the house, dude. And it was all fathers and sons. It was amazing. So
that's cool.
I had a really great time in Iowa.
Yeah.
Yep. I flew into Grand Rapids.
Cedar Rapids.
That's it, Cedar Rapids.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I do drugs.
Yeah, you guys were mentioning George Kittle a little while ago. He's one of our homeboys from Iowa.
Yeah, and then we were lucky to take your best tight end at Ohio State this year, so I'm looking forward to that.
See how it goes.
Max Clary is #1 in the nation. God, that guy's good. I watched him in the spring game just to see if the hype was real, and fuck, that guy's good, man.
Cool.
So, I know.
We'll see how it goes.
Sorry about it. I mean, look, you guys average like 13 points a game, so it's whatever. But
we're working on it.
Yeah, you're trying, and I like that. What is your name?
Scott.
Scott. Who do you want to give Drinkin Bro of the Week to?
I want to give it to my good buddy Eric. He's the one that turned me onto the show back in 2018. He and I worked together. He's been a cop for 18 years, 19 years, 22 years.
Okay.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
good.
Great. It's great.
You need people that love it.
It's been good to me.
Yeah.
So.
You need people that love it. As I've said this on the show forever, since day one, it is a hard, thankless job until you actually need a police officer. And this shit in New York, man.
Yeah.
Defund the police. I don't even care if it's in Cedar Rapids.
You can't do that.
It will not work.
You can't do that.
It
But
will
yeah,
not work.
He's his dad actually died in the line of duty. So
sorry to hear that.
He was a state trooper. Yep, Robert Allen Nealand. And I wanted to give him the Drinkin Bro. He and I wanted to travel down here to gather up Hard AF for one thing.
Sure.
Which is fantastic, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
And to see a show. And so I made it down here. I've been texting him. And he's my Drinkin Bro. I've got a lot of people I could talk about, great figures in my life, but I figured I'd shout him out.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
Shit. Are you taking some back? Are you flying back?
I'd love to. No, the kids are waiting in the car outside if they haven't drank the stuff we've already bought.
Oh, you did buy some?
We did. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We traveled
I'll
around.
just give you a 12-pack if you want it. But
I might take it from you, too.
I'll give it to you right here live on
Thanks,
air.
brother.
Hang on. 2 seconds.
Nice.
Cheers. Thank you for fucking serving the community and being a cop and all that other shit. It's a fucking thankless job, man. And it's getting worse and it's getting harder. They're coming after you for all this other fucking bullshit. We had the head of the Austin police union on when that's. I don't know if you saw that episode because the visuals were that spoke louder, I think, than the audio.
Yeah.
Which is, luckily we're on Spotify and we signed that deal and you can go back and watch all those episodes. But when Homeboy opened up that elevator, the guy just tried to stab him and he shot him and got 2 years in prison. I was like, man, fuck off. So I wish, if you're friends with Abbott, tell him to pardon that guy for Christ's sakes. I know it's a 2-year prison sentence, but still, that's somebody's life. And the money's not the greatest.
It's
to do one of the hardest job in the world. So
it's different than it was. But the people that are getting into it now, they'll understand what it is.
Awesome.
And it's a different job. So, but it's been great.
Awesome, man. Well, it's
Yes,
nice
sir.
to hear that there's some people that still love it.
Mhm.
A lot of the cops that we hang out with are contemplating retirement and all that other stuff
yeah.
because of what's going on.
That's a big deal.
It is, because you get sued, you gotta go to courts, do all the other shits. God forbid you make one wrong decision, or somebody shoots a video for 4 seconds instead of 10, and you don't see the real story, and then here we are. So
Yeah, it happens.
thank you. Thank you
bet.
for being here. We greatly appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you were in the Austin area, just come, hang out, and party, dude. We're here. Everybody's drinking fucking booze, and you guys built this place, so you deserve to come in and enjoy it. Go to Spotify, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, check out the back catalog there. The video is being uploaded as we speak. I think Fake Ryan's up to what? 400 or 500 episodes he's uploaded so far. I see it on my side. I'm like, holy shit. I think he's averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40 a day right now. So yeah, man, it's rad. And then go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. There's no video there because I don't think iTunes is doing that. However, the advertisers do look at that shit, and I'll shut the fuck up after 10,000 reviews. We're close. We're at 9,700 or 800 on Spotify and 8,000 reviews on iTunes. So please do that, because yes, that is all the advertisers care about. You guys at home, we appreciate you tuning in. For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.
Nice.